into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Right now, wherever you are, I want you to shake it loose a little bit. Why? Because it's a Friday. Put it there, brother.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's also Africa Day, if something didn't give it away. Spotted you this morning.
Did you?
I spotted you first, I think.
Thank you so much.
But we certainly send love to all of our African brothers and sisters on this very important day, an opportunity to celebrate everything that is great about this country, great about this continent.
And a celebration is nothing without some good music as well.
Of course.
Bongani Zama Mabandla will be in studio to ensure that you are well entertained. Can I tell you, I saw the guy's suit though. Oh,
slick.
His suit is amazing. Also, his music is absolutely incredible. You're going to love it.
Oh man, he's going to take us to a very special place this morning. Then you're going to take us to a special place because you've got to throw your name into the hat. We have been auditioning for possibly the coolest prize on earth, an opportunity to tour the box for an entire year, courtesy of MTN. Are you ready to audition, dude?
I'm ready to think outside the box, the Springboks, that is.
You already got my vote. You've already got my vote. Unfortunately, we can't actually go.
No, it would be good though.
Insult to injury, but you can, so stay tuned for all of those details. It's going to be awesome.
And also, obviously, you know, Africa Day is nothing without a bit of cuisine, some traditional cuisine as well. So Zola Nene will give us the masterclass on what we should be expecting and some of the things that we can try in the kitchen as well, just to make sure that Africa Day is well celebrated, even in the kitchen.
Yeah, man, you can do it in your home as well. And then it's a Friday, which means one thing, a Friday dance. We've got Matthew Carter-Poole and the Carters. We've been in Australian accents this whole week for some reason.
I don't know what's going on.
So they'll be here and you can dance along. It is a Friday, so let's get it started in the right way with our gorgeous Leanne. She's got the news details.
Good morning, team, and good morning to you at home. Here is what's happening in the news. A bill to regulate medical schemes and benefit members has been approved by Cabinet. At a post-Cabinet briefing yesterday, Communications Minister Nomvula Mokonyane announced that the Medical Schemes Amendment Bill will be published in the Government Gazette for public comment. He said the bill seeks, amongst others, to improve the regulation of the medical schemes industry. It will also ensure that beneficiaries are better protected and promote improved access to private health funding. Experts say the bill would be an important step towards protecting healthcare consumers. Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo says the state capture hearings will start in August. Briefing the media yesterday afternoon, Zondo said the legal team had started contacting potential witnesses and hopes to start with interviews soon. He said the names of witnesses would be kept confidential. Zondo added that they are currently involved in finalizing working agreements with investigators and witnesses, as well as seeking records from implicated entities. Investigators will go out into the field to gather evidence and meet people. Now, moving further abroad, the White House yesterday cancelled the highly anticipated meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. In a letter to Kim, US President Donald Trump wrote, "I feel it is inappropriate to have this long-planned meeting now." Trump said that he'd been looking forward to the summit, but the tremendous anger and open hostility in Kim's recent statements ultimately inspired him to cancel the meeting. Meanwhile, North Korea yesterday appeared to destroy parts of its nuclear testing site before a crowd of invited foreign journalists in an apparent show of goodwill. And then finally, Nigeria's military has committed war crimes and crimes against humanity, including torture, rape and killing civilians during its fight against Islamist insurgency Boko Haram, the human rights group Amnesty International said yesterday. The crimes were perpetrated for years and have continued despite a presidential inquiry established last August, of which the findings have not been made public, said the watchdog. The Nigerian military described Amnesty's findings as a false report on fictitious rape incidents. The 89-page report is based on hundreds of interviews. Well, that was your 6 o'clock news update. Let's get our very first look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
So taking a look at the weather from the tip of Africa, and I can tell you northeastern parts of the country today expecting some warm and sunny conditions, while down in the Western Cape area some cold and wet conditions to be expected. But here are the temperatures in your area. Let's start off with Polokwane, 11 to 26 with some clouds in parts. Bombela 14 to a maximum of 30 degrees, very sunny over there. Pretoria 10 to 24, Joburg a low of 8 to a high of 22, Mahikeng 7 to 26, Klerksdorp 6 to 24, Kimberley 5 to 23. Also sunny. Sunny day in Bloemfontein as well. 21 is the high from a low of 3. Richards Bay 17 to 24. Partly cloudy, as is Pietermaritzburg 12 to 21. Durban, Goeiemorgen 18 to 24 for you today. Mthatha 11 to 17. East London a low of 12 to a high of 18. Cradock starts at 6 and rises to 18 a little later. Port Elizabeth 11 to 18. George expects 10 to 17 today. Sutherland a low of just 1 degree this morning to a high of 14. Partly cloudy. Cape Town 9 to 18. Worcester 8 to 18. Springbok 6 to 21. And Uppington a low of 7 to a high of 24 later this afternoon. That's it for your weather. Of course, today's Africa Day, Friday, 25 May. So let's take a look at On This Day with Leanne and Graham.
So if you're worried that the world is moving just too fast, we invite you now to slam on the brakes. Let's find out what makes today, the 25th of May, a historic day throughout history.
Well, today we're talking about Oprah. On this day in 2011, talk show icon Oprah Winfrey aired her last show, ending her 25-year run. Wow. Of the Oprah Winfrey Show. Oh, it wants to be done, hey?
Yeah, well, but she still got it. She still got it, man. Then let's go back to 1977 when the first Star Wars film was released in cinemas. It's amazing to me to see how ahead of the curve they were. And of course, back in 2006, on the same day, the first Geek Pride Day originated.
Wow, fantastic.
I'm one of them. I am one of them.
And then in 1935, Jesse Owens broke 3 world records and tied a 4th at the Big Ten Conference Track and Field Championships in Michigan. Now, the following year, he would go on to win 4 Olympic gold medals at the Olympic Games in Germany.
And also make a very proud statement at those games. I love that. That's our bite-sized dose of history. You go out there, seize the day, make it one for the books.
Yes.
So coming up on Expresso, I suggest you grab a cup of coffee because you're going to love this. We need to celebrate some African artists, given the fact that it's Africa Day, and the Nal'ibali Book Exchange. Don't go anywhere. It's Expresso on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here at SABC3, and we're continuing to celebrate Africa Day, and you may have seen this post on Facebook. It's just a bit of celebration. You know, we got our attire on, and we're just asking you about, you know, it's Africa Day and Sing Out Day as well. We want to know what song makes you feel proud to be African. And Nathan starts us off and just says, like, love the inspirational African songs as well. Kia saying it's Casper Vest, War Ready Day. Good morning, guys. This guy saying, it's actually Talwando, saying that happy birthday to Tolelwa. Nice, slipping in a birthday message over there. That's always beautiful. Donne, I was going with this one in my head. Waka Waka, perfect. Also, Vincent saying, Soul Brothers. Fantastic comments. All you have to do is just get involved and hashtag Expresso Show wherever you are, and of course get involved in social media. But if you still have no plans for Africa Day, why not take the family out to the Liberation concert happening at the Joburg Theatre tonight? It promises to be an amazing night filled with music from only the best artists in Mzansi and abroad. Check it out.
The Liberation Project is a band comprising of various artists from across the globe. And this Africa Month, they are going to be celebrating Nelson Mandela's legacy with a special concert paying tribute to musical greats such as Ray Phiri and Hugh Masekela.
Je m'appelle Karim Franceschi.
Co-producing the album is percussionist Dan Chiorboli, born in Italy, raised in Durban during the height of the struggle years, and now bringing two sides of his heritage together in music.
Dan, can you give us a little bit of background on the Liberation Project? How and when did it come about?
It started off with me going back to Italy, where I was born, to try and trace my roots, to try and understand where I came from, and found that the area that I came from, and my family in particular, were very involved with a partisan resistance during the Second World War. So the idea emanated from blending the songs from Italy as well as our freedom songs and our songs for our fight against apartheid and our struggles. So I put the two together, came back, brought my partner Neil Solomon on board, as well as Phil Manzanera from Cuba and England. And we came up with the concept of linking Cuba, Italy and South Africa with the Liberation songs. So that's essentially where it grew from.
And what sparked the idea to stage this once-off Liberation concert at the Joburg Theatre?
Well, we just finished the album, you know, which turned into a 3 CD box set with 36 songs, 128 musicians from 18 different countries. And it's incredibly difficult to get everybody together, obviously, but we saw that it fitted into the Nelson Mandela Legacy Month, and as well as the finale for Africa Month as well. So together with the National Arts Council and Joburg Theatre, the idea was brought upon us to do this great finale concert on the 25th of May.
The nice thing about this show is that the songs are the freedom songs from the album, but it's a twofold thing. So we're also honoring Ray Phiri, the great Ray Phiri, and the great Hugh Masekela. We've got a song that we co-wrote with Ray many years ago called Brothers in Freedom. And Fali Kuyute is going to be doing a Simbonanga for Nelson Mandela, you know, the great Johnny Clegg songs. So we're ranging from traditional folk music from different countries to normal folk music right through to hip-hop influenced music. So it's going to be a great show in that way.
Bringing his own style of lyricism to the mix is rapper Stilo Magolide, whose work uniquely captures modern South African life.
I've always been passionate about like the heritage of South African music. You know, when I was approached with it, I was really like intrigued, and also the aspect of fusing my music with like live elements, which I don't do because a lot of my music is electronic. I was like, yo, I really want to check it out and see what it's about. And more than anything, just merging the different generations of music and creating a whole hybrid and telling a story from an aspect of the new and the old was very important. So I was like, yo, it's a no-brainer. What people can expect from me on the 25th is a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of fun, a whole lot of youthfulness, and just also a very different aspect to anybody that knows my music and kind of knows my shows. This will be a different texture to what I've done before. So I'm really excited for it, and I think it's going to be fantastic.
For the album, singer Phuthuma Tiso has re-recorded Hugh Masekela's Soweto Blues, originally performed by Miriam Makeba in the 1970s.
I'm so excited because the song that I'm doing is called Soweto Blues. The person who taught me the song is the late Hugh Masekela. He gave me a CD and he said to me, go and listen to the song at home. The following day I went to a rehearsal. He said to me, Phuthuma, if there's one thing that you can do for me, don't perform the song. Don't perform it, just sing from your heart. It's a very sad song. You cannot be saying Soweto Blues and, you know, no. You just have to reach out to the people, sing from your heart, because when you sing from your heart, it's easy to touch the next person. So I'm looking forward to the 25th, and I'm excited. I can't wait.
Among the core of the band are Peps Katumachio on keyboards, joined on vocals by bassist Tebogo Aus Tebza Sedumedi. On guitar and haunting vocals is Bialvun Tseki, and from Congo comes Peter Jambu on drums.
Wow, you guys are sounding ready. How have preparations been going for the big night?
Oh, wow. It's been going very well, I must say. I mean, the band consists of very talented musicians. The music is sounding great. You know, we're excited to share the stage also with some of the international acts, and the music is cooking. It is cooking, yeah.
And seeing that it is Africa Month, why would you say this project is so special to you?
Yeah, definitely. Africa Month will always be something that's celebrated. For me, this show is basically just the collaboration is amazing. I mean, meeting a lot of international artists. Just even with the band itself, there's so much going on here, like nationality-wise, you know. I'm from Congo, we have people from Italy, we have South Africans, so that already in itself is something to celebrate. So.
Really, it's a very good thing, man, putting us together in this special month of African months. It's a great thing, man, good vibe.
And what are people in for on the night, and why would you encourage them to come out and support the Liberation concert?
Well, what the people can expect on the 25th is a lot of different feels, because in the music, I mean, the music is one language, but the different cultures all have different interpretations of how they feel the music. So this is going to be a melting pot of all that. So it's something that hasn't been heard before, and hopefully the people will enjoy it, and we can do more shows like that and take it overseas, do more shows across Africa, you know, and hopefully make some money.
I don't know about you, but I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more of this on the night. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much and good luck, eh? Cool.
The talent who will feature tonight include Grammy-winning Juan de Marcos of Buena Vista Social Club, Vusi Mahlasela, Cyril Neville of the Neville Brothers, and Phil Manzanera of Roxy Music and Pink Floyd fame. What a lineup! Absolutely amazing. Well, here on Expresso, we certainly have stressed the importance of childhood reading to promote literacy and development of our younger generation. And we are definitely in full support of campaigns that spread the same message. Now, that is why today we're encouraging everyone to participate in the Nal'ibali Trust Books Exchange Day, which is launching nationwide tomorrow, the 26th of May. Joining us to share more ahead of this very exciting day is the support coordinator for Nal'ibali in the Western Cape, Kamohelo Ramaipato. Good morning, Kamohelo.
Good morning,
Happy
thanks for
Africa
having
Day
me.
to you. What an incredible day to celebrate Africa and unity and all things wonderful.
Indeed, what a lovely day it is, and happy Africa Day to you too.
Thank you so much, man, and all the best of luck. I know you've got a massive weekend coming up. What sort of activities has the Nal'ibali team got in store for us across the country today, man?
So what we have is that our literacy mentors across the country will be hosting book exchange events throughout the country. We're looking forward to that. So we're encouraging people to come to the various spots and bring a book, swap a book, encourage book sharing and book engagement in our communities.
Just to set the context, what is the current rate of electricity? Oh my goodness.
I ran out of
electricity in South Africa, because I know that reading is a huge problem in our schools. Kids aren't reading enough. And how is this campaign hoping to address that?
Well, illiteracy in our country is a serious issue. According to a recent poll study, 78% of our grade 4s are illiterate, which is a huge concern. considering that being able to read at grade 4 is vital.
Yeah.
Because from grade 1 to grade 3, that is when you learning to read. But then from grade 4 upwards, that's where you're actually reading to learn. So us as Nal'ibali, with our campaign, we're encouraging people out there to actually share books, share stories amongst each other.
Yeah.
Because the more you share stories and books with each other, the more you're developing each other's literacy skills.
And it's not just about literacy. When I think about what reading gave to me, it opens your eyes to the world, to this incredible, the space of the imagination. So Leanne and I certainly had to get on board this morning. We've had a lot of fun. You can see how excited we were, like little kids.
You know what they say, because the book is like the gift that keeps on giving.
Completely. So do you want to go first? We brought a book to exchange for each other.
I wanted to bring one of my favorite books. This one's actually a 3-part trilogy. I can't find the other one. I think it was stolen by somebody.
You might have,
if you're a friend and you got my book, you better give it back, okay? All right, so this is by Francine Rivers, and it's called The Mark of the Lion Trilogy. I actually want to gift this to Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, she's going to love it. I will find the second one because she'll finish the first one in like a day, and then she'll be desperate for the second one.
Oh, it looks awesome, man. Some Troy vibes.
Amazing writer Francine Rivers is. And then to Graham, whenever I am needing to do something and I'm a little bit afraid, Lewis Pugh is the very first man to swim across the North Pole. He's taken his body to places where no other person has ever taken their bodies. Yeah. So if you are fearing doing something in your life or you're a little bit trepidatious, this book is going to give you the chutzpah to go ahead and do it.
I love it. And the fact that we've met Lewis is also amazing.
Lewis.
So for me, I mean, I used to read a lot of fantasy, a lot of sci-fi stuff. Then I stopped reading for far too long. And the book that got me back into that love of reading was The Life of Pi. Yes, we know it's a movie.
You guys,
but it was first a book.
I want to read the book.
Piscine Patel is his name. It's not off the Greek character Pi, made famous, of course, by Einstein, but the way that he explains his childhood especially is something that they really missed on the film, I felt. There are descriptions in there. It's just so funny. It is an amazing book, and it's also one of those that you'll probably pick up and you won't be able to put down, but it really did reignite my love of reading, so hopefully you can enjoy it in the same. It's just a gorgeous story.
You see how excited this makes me? Why is it so important to build a nation that is passionate about reading?
Well, it is important because as a country, we want to be productive out there. We want to be a literate society as a country. So it is very important for us to share books, to share stories, because in areas where, and in households as well, where children are surrounded by print as well as great and well-told stories, those children are then more likely to do well in their schooling. And that's across all subjects, not just the languages, but across all subjects. So it is very important for us to engage and immerse ourselves and those around us in print and books.
And also an opportunity to tell our stories. And we've got so many amazing authors. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. All the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
If you want to get involved in this amazing campaign to revel in the joy that is reading and learning, then make sure to head over to nal'ibali.org to find out where in your province you can take part in Book Exchange Day tomorrow. You can see how much fun it is.
If it's been a tough week, this is the show that'll bring that smile back. It's Expresso. And coming up, the significance of Africa Day. And we get to know a bit more about this guy, Bongani Zama. Stay there.
So kalamba Pesha kwame fola Pesu lengxoxweni ezindabeni ezingcwele Lapho ilahlele khona Makulonda wa ukhaze kama lakhe
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here at SABC3. And you know what? On this day, it's a very, very important day to celebrate Africa Day. And I thought it would be necessary for us to find out a bit more about the significance behind such a special day. And I can tell you, nations from across the world are just celebrating because, as you know, it's a beautiful continent and we need to know more.
And it is our time, I think. Now, let's take you back to the beginning. Africa Day was first celebrated back in 1964, the year after the Organization of African Unity, or the OAU, was first founded. Now, the first such unionized gathering took place in 1958 amongst the then independent African states. And 5 years later, 30 African nations attended and formed the OAU. So back in 2002, it was then renamed to the African Union. But Africa Day is still celebrated to commemorate the founding of the original organization for African unity, and boy, do we need it now. Celebrations take place across this country, across the continent, and Africa Day is an internationally observed date as well, and one that is coveted, I think.
It is absolutely beautiful. It's a great day, and I can tell you that it's a day to celebrate 100%. So it doesn't matter if you are in one of the 54 African nations right now, if you're abroad, you know, sort of watching on, I just want to say Happy Africa Day to you as we celebrate not only the beautiful soil that this African continent has, but the unity, the identity, and the multicultural diversity that we have to know and love.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Well, in the national news this morning, a bill to regulate medical schemes and benefit members has been approved by Cabinet. Communications Minister Nomvula Mokonyane said the bill seeks, amongst others, to improve the regulation of the medical schemes industry. Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo says the state capture hearings will start in August. He said the legal team had started contacting potential witnesses. Their names would be kept confidential. On the international front, the White House yesterday cancelled the highly anticipated meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Meanwhile, North Korea yesterday appeared to destroy parts of its nuclear testing site before an invited crowd of foreign journalists in an apparent show of goodwill. And then finally, Nigeria's military has committed war crimes and crimes against humanity, including torture, rape and killing civilians during its fight against Islamist insurgency Boko Haram, the human rights group Amnesty International said yesterday. Well, those were your 6:30 headlines. I'll have a full bulletin for you at the top of the hour.
After 9 months of explosive action, we are down to the final two teams in the Champions League as Real Madrid take on Liverpool in that final tomorrow. Kickoff in Kiev at 9:15. Staying with the beautiful game, Platinum Stars have one final chance to save their PSL promotion playoffs when they take on our current log leaders, Black Leopards, at the Maroleng Stadium tomorrow night. Big weekend in local rugby, the North versus South derby headlines Super Rugby this weekend as the Stormers host the Lions tomorrow. Elsewhere, the Bulls face the Brumbies and the Sharks. They take on the Jaguares. And finally, in Formula One, Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo finished on top in the second practice session, of course, after the iconic Monaco Grand Prix yesterday, with teammate Max Verstappen in second and Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel in third. More on all of those stories on the top of the hour.
Just to let you know some traffic details in case you're heading out to work this morning. And starting in the Western Cape around the Bellville area, there is a stationary vehicle on the N1 inbound. That is just after Durban Road. The left lane is closed, so please exercise caution in that area.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand. Defy.
Taking a look at the weather, northeastern parts of the country looking very good today. Well done in the Western Cape. It does look like some cold and wet weather to expect, but let's take a look at those temperatures for you. And starting off in Polokwane, a low of 11 to a high of 26, partly cloudy. Bombela, 14 to 30. Pretoria enjoys 10 this morning to a high of 24, a low of 8 to a high of 22 for Johannesburg. Maikeng, good morning, 7 to 26 for you today. Klerksdorp, 6 to 24. Kimberley, 5 to 23, a very low 3 to 21 in Bloemfontein. Richards Bay, 17 to 24. Pietermaritzburg, a low of 12 to a high of 21. Durban is a low of 18 this morning to a high of 24 this afternoon. Mthatha, 11 to 17. East London enjoys 12 this morning to a high of 18 with some rain. Cradock, 6 to 18, partly cloudy. Port Elizabeth, also partly cloudy, 11 to 18. George, 10 to 17 today. Sutherland, just 1 this morning to a high of 14. Cape Town, 9 to 18. Worcester 8 to 18 today. Springbok 6 to 21, and Uppington a low of 7 to a high of 24. That's a look at your weather this morning on Expresso.
Time now to have a little bit of fun. We have got Bongani Zama nominated Bongani in studio this morning. First of all, bro, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. It's always wonderful to be here.
We love it, and we're going to love having you perform in just a moment, but it's a modern world where you need to set a good impression first up. So this game is all about that. We've got 60 seconds with some rapid-fire questions. We want to try to get through as many as we can. There is no right or wrong answer. Don't cheat, Bru. Don't cheat, man. I can see how nervous he is. Don't worry.
Your computer there.
It's going to be a lot of fun, dude. You're gonna love it. We're going to love getting to know you. So are you ready? Are you up for the challenge?
I'm ready.
All right, my brother. Let's kick it off in 3, 2, 1. Eat a jar of Nutella or peanut butter?
Nutella.
Me too. Summer or winter?
Definitely summer.
I love that. The Avengers or Justice League?
Justice League.
Okay. Have the ability to go back 2 days or ahead 30 minutes?
Ahead, back 2 days, yeah.
What mistake did you make 2 days ago?
What mistakes have I been making?
Durban Beachfront or Kruger Nature Reserve weekend away?
Durban.
I love that. Infused chocolate with orange or chili?
Orange.
Me too. Toilet roll, over or under?
Over. Oh, I see what you mean. Under. Yeah.
Banana on a pizza, yes or no?
No.
Yes, we like the same person.
I've tried pineapple, it's great.
Shh, don't say it on set, man. Movie with subtitles or audiobooks?
Audiobooks, movie subtitles.
Okay, last album you bought?
Last album I bought. That's a good one.
You can say your own, it's all right.
Yeah, besides my 500 copies of my own album that I bought. What did I buy? Who I'm thinking? I think Zoe Maticha. I bought her album last.
Hopefully she's watching right now, man. I was going to ask you your favorite color, but I'm hoping it's orange.
It's red.
It's an earthy orange red this morning. Well done, dude. We got through quite a few there. Brother, it is so cool to have you in set. I was joking saying that I was watching your YouTube videos last night and got sucked into this like vortex where I was just in this beautiful space. You have received a Sama nomination now. I'm recognizing your incredible journey so far. How does that feel? Do you look for that kind of validation as an artist, or is it just a nice to have?
Yeah, when I went to the summer nominees thing, announcement, I was like, okay, if you don't win a summer, it's fine. I don't mind. And then when I sat there waiting and waiting for the announcement, I started really hoping that I get nominated. So I'm happy to be nominated. My first album was nominated 2 times for a summer, so I'm just happy to be part.
You want to win it, man, but it's a validation of some incredible work. You mentioned your first album. Very powerful message across all of your music. Yeah. With the second album, do you feel the pressure to connect in the same way? Is that where you start with the message, or is it always about the music?
Yeah, I think it's always about the message. I think what I noticed with my first album is that people really resonated with my lyrics and they could relate to it. So I just wanted to build on that, I thought about the listener a lot and what people are going through. And when they listen to the album, I wanted the music to kind of mirror what their struggles and things that they're going through and what's important to them. Yeah.
I love it, and there's a sense of tranquility and serenity in the new music that I hope is indicative of where you are as an artist as well. You look like you're in an awesome frame of mind, and we're going to give you guys just a little bit of a taste of that. Dude, well done. You survived rapid fire.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, do not fear. We've got a full diary of events with some of the hottest events happening in South Africa after the break. And then we're also bringing you your weekend sporting preview. All that more happening on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do not move a muscle.
Very good morning, and thank you so much for tuning in for a feel-good kickstart to the weekend. And in honor of the weekend, we have just watched Jaak Craven for live in studio from the other side of South Africa. It's the Roger Good Show's Roger Good, Sureshti writer, Miss Cosmo, and a man so beautiful the government paid him to procreate. Congratulations, Mr. Robbie Cruz from 5FM. How are you doing, team? Life goals. I'm loving life at the moment. What you guys got for us? It's a big weekend in SA. What's happening?
Oh, no, boy, we got a jewel going on here tonight, boy.
Well, let's kick it off in Durban. Great friend of both our shows. He's a gold-selling songwriter. One of South Africa's, I don't know what's going on, sorry. One of South Africa's most popular artists, EDM artists. His name is Timo ODV, and he's taken over Origin nightclub this weekend. Join the party and listen to some of your favorite tunes that he's produced throughout the years that he's been doing this with crystal clarity on the best sound system in one of the country's hottest nightclubs in the city, and Timo belts out his latest big hits to the crowd. That's this Saturday, 26th of May, from 8:30. $80 will get you in. Come on down. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we are off to Muffy King. What a joy, boy! Married but not to each other is what they're calling this. After years of playing his big festivals and sold-out shows, Tumi Morake and Dumisa Lindy bring you their unique brand of humor for a memorable night of comedy, bringing a unique and hilarious take on the roles and regulations of marriage. This duo is a must-see for all comedy enthusiasts.
Get in there, boy. Friday, 8 o'clock, $150, baby.
And finally, up in Joburg City, one of our colleagues and a great friend of the show, his name is Carl Cassim. It's his birthday bash. It's powered by 5FM tonight at Wild Waters, Boksburg. Check out that handsome guy on your screens. Carl Cassim invites you to his birthday bash this weekend. Should be jam-packed with great music and fun from beginning to end, featuring for some of Carl's favorite friends and DJs, including DJ Fresh, Boogie Vice, Master Sims, and some guy named Roger Good. So we'll check you out there tonight. Get your tickets for what's going to be one of the hottest parties of the year. That's tonight. 5 o'clock, from 5 o'clock, $80 to get you in. But you can listen to it all on 5FM as well from 7 o'clock.
What do you say, baby?
Get in, boy. Let's take you to Festival de Mexico in Johannesburg. This is our pick of the lot. It's back. It's bigger than ever. Bringing you more music, more friends, more food, and a whole lot more tequila, including the biggest ever tequila toast. I know that's right up your alley. Come on down. Get entertained by Gangs of Ballet, Desmond and the Tutus, December Streets. Wow, what a lineup. Jerry and the Bandits. 4 a.m. with Carl Cassim emceeing the whole event. That's at Monte Casino tomorrow, Saturday, the 26th of May. It starts at midday. $180 will get you in. Can I just very quickly send a whole lot of love from our family to your family, Mr. Robbie Cruz? We love you, dude. Congratulations on the big news. You're going to be an amazing dad. You guys are going to be amazing parents. I love you. In honor of Mr. Robbie Cruz, can I get one massive, heart-stopping hoorah? Oh, life goals, man.
Mzansi Wood. I love this because you need to get to know some of the local entertainment news. As you heard from Roger Good, some amazing things happening when it comes to the Joel section. But what about the entertainment section? You understand what I'm saying?
We got that on lock. Well, the month of June, magazine shelves are going to be so lit with so many beautiful South African ladies. TV personality Lerato Kganyago will be the cover girl for the latest issue of Elle magazine. And speaking about the cover at an event in Johannesburg on Wednesday, Lerato told the media that she loves the way her story has been written, highlighting the journey that she's taken to get where she is. She says, I've had a very beautiful journey, and even the trials and tribulations, I think it was worth it because why? It builds character. And of course, the article speaks about her journey, who she is, and where she is right now. The star also rocks a bold look on the cover, which includes a black outfit with jewel details. So I think she's really happy about this cover. Remember the other cover that didn't turn out so well?
We're not going to go there right now, but I can see she's...
Well done, Elle magazine.
Yes, and she's like blocking off the L's to make it... It makes sense. It's lovely.
I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, South African DJ Black Coffee sat down with a UK publication Complex and spoke about his new album's release, which is coming up in August, his dream collaborations, and so much more. In the relaxed chat that took place during the DJ's recent tour of the United Kingdom, Black Coffee spoke about collaborating with Pharrell Williams, Akon, and David Guetta. About Pharrell and what his dream collaboration would be, he said one of them, it's like the most happening, which is Pharrell. Now, he says that we are working on a song already, which makes us very, very happy. I mean, can you imagine Pharrell and Black Coffee? It's the things that dreams are made of. And he also says we spent some time in the studio. Now, again, it's so inspiring to see African artists making it and representing the world and South Africa. But I mean, I'm very, very proud of him, and we're saying a massive big congratulations. Go out there and fly that flag, huh?
I love the fact that he can have just these Instagram posts chilling out with P. Diddy, chilling out with Pharrell Williams. I'm so excited about seeing that connection.
And what's even more amazing is when these international artists put pictures of him on their Instagram. Yes. You know, that's when you know you've made it. When Pharrell puts a picture of you and says, just hanging out with Black Coffee, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm like, I know that guy. I know him. I know him.
So cool.
Now, with an ever-growing fitness culture from road running to cycling and mountain biking, sports which involve a lot of repetitive activity put a huge amount of pressure on our bodies and our joints especially. So to help prevent these, to aid recovery after stress injuries, natural products are playing an increasingly important role.
The Comrades Marathon is a must race for any runner. People fly from all around the world to South Africa to take part in this prestigious race. But what does it take to prepare and recover from an intense race like this?
A runner himself, Dr. David Nordia has personal experience of the injury toll that both training and competition can take on even the fittest body.
So David, we're very close to the halfway mark on the route of the Comrades Marathon. What does it take for an athlete to prepare themselves for something like the Comrades?
Well, it's a combination of both physical and mental preparation. Many early mornings out on the road, a lot of dedication and a lot of drive to get to the start and obviously to get to the finish.
I can only imagine what your body must go through when you tackle something like the Comrades.
Well, let me give you an idea. On an average office rest day, I take about 6,000 steps. On a training day, that can be anything between 12,000 and 46,000 steps. So runners and athletes in general place an extreme amount of strain on their connective tissue. So connective tissue is your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments. Repetitive strain injuries are one of the most common injuries faced by runners, and this is normally injury to the connective tissue.
I've been hearing a lot of people talking about moving away from your conventional forms of medicine to using more of a homeopathic remedy.
With any form of treatment, the benefits always have to outweigh the risks. And when this doesn't happen, patients start looking for alternative remedies or natural remedies. And typically, natural remedies work with the body in establishing the cure. They don't suppress symptoms, and they cannot force the body into doing anything. And it's because of this that these remedies are considered to be safe and side effect free.
To help manage or prevent injuries and pain, athletes have steadily come to value natural products containing chondroitin, glucosamine and curamin, and now MSM.
Dave, I've been hearing a lot about the supplement MSM. What is it exactly?
Well, MSM stands for methyl sulfonyl-methane, which is an organically bonded form of sulfur. We find it in all our cells, but it's particularly important for the structural integrity of connective tissue, which is tendons, ligaments, muscles, and cartilage. The main effects of MSM in our bodies that have been proven are its anti-inflammatory effects, and secondly, its antioxidant effect.
And for an athlete, how can MSM assist?
There's been a fair amount of research on MSM in an athletic setting, and the findings have been mainly centered around the fact that it dampens inflammation, and because of this, you have less muscle soreness, and the athlete is able to return to training a lot quicker. And because it acts as a strong antioxidant, less muscle damage occurs after exercise.
Are there different forms of MSM?
There are two types, and this depends on the method of manufacture. The first type is crystalline MSM. It's a very economical and rapidly manufactured form of MSM, but unfortunately it's not as pure. The second type is distilled MSM. It's a far more complex method of manufacture, but it results in a much more pure product. What is quite interesting is that most of the clinical research has been done on quadruple distilled MSM, which is 99.9% pure.
Threshold is a product offering pure 4 times distilled Opti MSM in tablet or gel form to to support you through training during and after the race.
If you're looking to put your body through an intense workout like the Comrades Marathon, make sure that you prepare correctly and get the right supplements into your system to help with your preparation and to help with your recovery.
Try Threshold. It's clinically proven to assist with pain and inflammation, joint health, exercise recovery, and oxidative damage. Threshold, nature's anti-inflammatory for painful conditions.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, I'm hanging out with the incredible Bongani Zama. He's going to be performing for us after the break, and man, is he funny and looking good as well in his imprint suit right here. And then we are going to put Carl through his paces this morning and let the young man try an audition to travel with a box for a year.
Indlela first song. The path, the way.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Time to have a little bit of fun. That was a nice UEFA chat, dude.
Yes, I
it's
loved
always
it.
nice having a fanboy in studio. But now let's have a little bit of fun with what's trending on our timelines. I'm going to kick it off, guys, because I can see myself being this kind of idiot a little bit later in life. So a dad completely trusts his son to hit a golf ball off his face. What happens is exactly what you'd expect to happen in this scenario. Take a look at this.
Oh my word.
no,
This
please.
is going to end badly.
Oh, Dad, you tool.
Listen,
You bag of
Dad,
tools.
what were you thinking? You know what? That kid wasn't even aiming for the ball.
No.
That kid was aiming
Can
for
we
his
get a round of
father's
applause
face.
for Rory Beluit, who
Oh.
attempted, I don't think he even meant to hit the ball, to be honest. That was like taking out his 2 years of pent-up frustration right there, boom.
Listen, you know what? We know that our pets are very much a part of our family, so why should
Sure.
they be left out of a family photo shoot and a family portrait? What I love about this next one is we found a hilarious video of a family who included their dog in their family photo, and it ended up with it basically being hilarious and amazing. I mean, look at these.
Oh.
Look at that dog. I mean, that dog is in there. That dog is committed.
It looks like Dobby. Oh.
That dog is committed to that.
Oh my goodness.
No,
okay,
man.
So this okay, you're crying right now. Do you realize that? Okay, so there's just one last one for you, because sometimes parents get the unique opportunity to treat their adult kids as proper children.
Yeah.
Please take a look at this, because this is fantastic.
I am lucky to have a Korean mother. Otherwise, I would be so dirty. Just vacuum. Just vacuum.
Check out, she's in game mode there.
So for my B-day, my mom made matching ties for me and my cat. Our moms are everything.
And they both look as impressed to be wearing them. Eh?
And then my dad sneaks money around my house whenever he visits. Oh wow!
man.
I wish I had God, that would be great.
Check out got real for all of us there very quickly.
I turned 31 today, and this is the cake my mother gave me. Happy birthday. Oh, Mom is never going to forget that you're 31. Or remember that you're 31.
That is so sweet, man. Oh, that was champion. That was without a doubt the best of the week.
I hope closer to the end of the show we could show that video of that dog again.
Oh man, you can let us know what hashtag video or story has caught your attention. Maybe it made you cry with laughter. Share your thoughts with us online on our Facebook page or on Twitter. As always, using @Expresso Show as the handle or hashtag. Now, on Africa Day this morning, we are so honored, so proud to have multiple Sama nominated, in fact, singer-songwriter Bongani Zama in studio. After bursting onto the scene back in 2012, audiences fell in love with his Afro-folk sound. He is effortlessly able to intertwine Xhosa lyrics with traditional music and folk stylings to create something unique and truly captivating, and he now joins us this morning to perform Indlela, which means the way, the path. Oh, buddy, that was beautiful. If we are taken somewhere else, I can only imagine what it feels to perform that song. Just very quickly, what is that about, man?
Yeah, this is the introduction on my album, and I think I was just like summarizing what the album's about. It's definitely about like searching for happiness and fulfillment. So that's really what the song is about: searching and looking and taking the journey to where you feel like you should be.
You're going to take a lot of people on a journey with you with this one. That is beautiful. Just a taste of what this man is capable of. You can let us know on all of our social media platforms what you felt. It was truly beautiful, dude. Thank you so much for that, dude. Lovely.
News this morning, a bill to regulate medical schemes and benefit members has been approved by Cabinet. At a post-Cabinet briefing yesterday, Communications Minister Nomvula Mokonyane announced that the Medical Schemes Amendment Bill will be published in the Government Gazette for public comment. She said the bill seeks to, amongst others, improve the regulation of the medical schemes industry. It will also ensure that beneficiaries are better protected and promoted improved access to private health funding. Now, experts say the bill would be an important step towards protecting healthcare consumers. Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo says the state capture hearings will start in August. Briefing the media yesterday afternoon, Zondo said the legal team had started contacting potential witnesses and hopes to start with interviews soon. He said the names of witnesses would be kept confidential. Zondo added that they are currently involved in finalizing working agreements with investigators and witnesses, as well as seeking records from implicated entities. Investigators will go out into the field to gather evidence and to meet people. Now moving further abroad, the White House yesterday cancelled the highly anticipated meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. In a letter to Kim, US President Donald Trump wrote, "I feel it is inappropriate to have this long-planned meeting now." Trump said that he was looking forward to the summit, but the tremendous anger and open hostility in Kim's recent statements ultimately inspired him to cancel the meeting. Meanwhile, North Korea yesterday appeared to destroy part of its nuclear testing site before a crowd of invited foreign journalists in an apparent show of goodwill. And then finally, Nigeria's military has committed war crimes and crimes against humanity, including torture, rape and killing civilians during its fight against Islamist insurgency Boko Haram, the human rights group Amnesty International said yesterday. The crimes were perpetrated for years and have continued despite a presidential inquiry established last August, of which the findings have not been made public, said the watchdog. The Nigerian military described Amnesty's findings as a false report on fictitious rape incidents. The 89-page report is based on hundreds of interviews. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Here's another look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
A massive weekend in sport, most notably after 9 months of explosive action. We're down to the final two teams in the UEFA Champions League as Real Madrid take on Liverpool in the final tomorrow. Real Madrid head into that final chasing their third consecutive Champions League title and fourth in the last 4 years and 13th overall, while Liverpool are in search of a 6th European crown. The match gets underway at the Kiev Olympic Stadium at 9:15 South African time. Then staying with the beautiful game, Platinum Stars have one final chance to save their PSL promotion playoffs when they take on Black Leopards at the Marling Stadium tomorrow. Nothing but a win will do against the group-leading Leopards. Stars currently find themselves at the bottom of the playoff pool and was after a loss and a draw so far. Tomorrow's match, all-important fixture, kicking off at 8:15. Then on to rugby, high stakes there as well. It's a North versus South derby headlining Super Rugby this weekend as the Stormers host the Lions tomorrow. When the two met in the reverse fixture, the Lions came out on top in April as they pulled off a convincing 52-31 win in front of the Ellis Park faithful. And also in Super Rugby action this weekend, the Sharks tackle the Jaguares. That happens tonight, while tomorrow the Bulls are up against the Brumbies. Then shots fired in Formula One. Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo finished on top in the second practice session at the Monaco Grand Prix yesterday as he set a new track record. The Australian was quickest with a time of 1 minute and 11.841 seconds, with his Red Bull teammate Max Verstappen finishing second and Ferrari Sebastian Vettel in third. With qualifying set to take place tomorrow, the Monaco GP main race gets underway at 3:10 SA time on Sunday. That's a wrap for now.
Well, it's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening in the traffic this morning. Taking a look at the Western Cape in Lansdowne, there is a stationary vehicle on the M5 northbound. This is after Berkeley Road, and it's obstructing the right lane. So please do drive safely because this is causing delays from Lansdowne. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in the weather.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand. Defy.
Well, it seems like the northeastern parts of the country can expect some warm and sunny conditions, while over the Western Cape, it's going to be cool and wet conditions that can be felt. Let's take a look. Polokwane, you're looking at a low of 11, reaching 26. Mbombela, 14, 30. Pretoria, 10, rising to 24. Johannesburg, a low of 8, rising to 22. Mahikeng, 7, reaching 26. Klerksdorp, 6, 24. Kimberley, a low of 5 and a high of 23 degrees. Bloemfontein, a low of 3, reaching 21 degrees today. Richards Bay, 17-24. Pietermaritzburg, 12-21. Durban, 18-24. Mthatha, 11-17. Eastern Cape, 12, rising to 18. Cradock, a low of 6, reaching 18 degrees. Port Elizabeth, 11, rising to 18. George, 10-17. Sutherland, a low of 1 degree, rising to only 14. Cape Town, 9, reaching 18. Worcester, 8, rising to 18. Springbok, a low of 6, reaching 21. And then Uppington, a low of 7, reaching 24 degrees. Well, that's your weather forecast for what's happening all around the country. Remember to stay warm where you need to be, and of course, make sure that you drive safely all across the country. It's time for us to put Carl through his paces now and see just how he auditions to travel with a box for a year.
Yep, it's call-up time. MTN have put together probably the coolest prize ever on this earth, the opportunity for a super fan to tour with the box for an entire year. MTN call-up is what you need to be searching, but Kat and myself went completely overboard. Okay, we got swept up. Even though we can't actually enter, we just wanted to feel like we could. But you reckon you're a bigger super fan than both of us, man?
I do believe that I may have some skills here and there that I could add.
Oh, and he's gone into radio voice already. I love it.
I'm
loving the feel here. My brother, time for you to put your money where your mouth is, literally, and do your audition video. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Just to make a quick stretch here. All right.
Work it up, work it out.
All right, I'm ready. You said you want radio voice. Let's do that, Red. Let's go. Let's go there. I'm ready. Standing by.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Blow us away.
Hashtag MTN call up. The reason why you need me in your squad is because I am the scrum half that the Springboks don't have. A scrum half that thinks outside the box. Yeah. And the thing is, I look odd, but I'm more urban. If you look at what I know about the players, I mean, if you look at a lock, I can lock down social media. If you look at a prop, I use props to talk. If you look at the playing field, I try better than most to ensure that the Springboks will win every single game. I make the scrum halves look taller. I make the locks look like giants. I am the Springboks. I am hashtag MTN call up. So pick me as your boza, and you'll never ever regret it.
You are the boza. Halala. Oh, that was awesome, dude. And you know, like all of 3 seconds ago, he had nothing prepared whatsoever. Dude, that was masterful. Oh, hopefully that's inspired you if you want a chance of winning that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that will change your life. All you have to do is record your own audition video just like that to motivate why you are the girl or the guy for the job and prove that you are the box's biggest fan, and upload that audition clip to mtncallup.mobi. Entries close this Sunday, guys, so get on it. This is your last chance.
Welcome to the stadium. After greeting us in the morning, this is what your day will look like.
You'll see us try how we do things on the field. You'll see how to catch like me.
And how to pass like me.
How to lift like me.
You'll experience things like no one else.
You'll have locker room access and travel the world.
The team is ready to welcome you.
All you have to do is apply.
Hey, that's getting a bit close.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
that last part is my favorite. How about that locker room access, though? Just saying. Anyways, coming up after the break, we're looking at some news on the Galaxy Note 9. And then we need to head to the kitchen where we make a delicious, creamy, warm banana Super M milk drink. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So stay right where you are.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You know, that funky sound means only one thing. It's time for our tech roundup with the experts. Tiana Jansen van Rensburg. Today we're going to look at some of the most interesting stories over the entire world this week in science and technology. Really exciting week, my friend. Why? Because we have heard some interesting news of a Galaxy S9 Note.
Yes, so the Note 9 will be launching this year, as it does generally in the second half of every year after the S9 obviously launches towards the beginning of the year. And the Note 9, we have some interesting leaks and rumors that are really exciting us. So first of all, we think it's going to have the same dual camera capabilities as the S9 Plus did. We'll also have a revamped design and display. Interestingly, we might have a fingerprint scanner underneath the display and not on the back of the device.
Wow.
But probably the most exciting is that we're going to have a new version of Bixby, their digital assistant, because as you probably know, owning an S9, it's not one of the features you use most often, and they want to remedy that. So we're really excited to see what they do with Bixby 2.0.
I love that. Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm a little bit behind the curve. I'm like, Bixby keeps asking me, like, use me, man, work with me. I'm like, I'm not there yet. I'm not ready.
Still a bit desperate.
But it really is an amazing feature once you wrap your head around it. Yeah. So I think they're moving in the right direction. Moving in completely the wrong direction, Donald Trump has been ordered by court to stop banning followers because they reckon that his Twitter profile is a public platform, which is true, right?
No, definitely. And for some reason, he decided to use his personal Twitter account, not the @POTUS that was created under the Obama era. So the court said, listen, if this is the account you want to use, you have to use it correctly as the President of the United States. And he's not allowed anymore to block anybody that sends him messages. You know, I can imagine he gets a couple of hateful comments every now and again, and he doesn't have a very thick skin. So he did block a lot of people, and he's been ordered to unblock those as well.
Oh, man. And I would imagine the judge going, and finally, Mr. President, haters going to hate. That will happen. Then a startup company that kind of blew our minds, offering a three-dimensional sound experience. People are smelling something slightly dodgy after 10,000 orders were placed and they've suddenly closed down. What's going on there?
So, yes, the technology was very exciting when it was launched initially. It was on Kickstarter. So the nature of these GoFundMe type pages, Kickstarter, there's a couple of others. Once you hit that goal and you've pledged money to support a project, that money is gone. So what happened is more than 10,000 people basically pledged money to this project, more than $3.2 million. And that would have been enough to pay for those 10,000 orders once the prototypes were made. And then they just shut down. They decided, sorry guys, we can't make this work. The technology that we thought we were building is not going to work because, and they blame the fact that virtual reality hasn't really taken off because it was supposed to pair very nicely with virtual reality.
Virtual reality isn't doing badly.
It's not. I mean, but $3.2 million just disappearing because of a crowdsourcing type page.
Is the notion here that, well, you know, that's what this is? You're putting money into something without any kind of legal binding, you know?
That's what people do get into, and unfortunately, this is not unheard of. There's another famous example a while ago of a game called The Ant Simulator, where a lot of people pledged to help the developers of this game actually build a really cool ant simulator. I don't know what a cool ant simulator would look like, but the same thing happened, and the CEO of that company said we have to shut down because his employees had actually stolen all of the money. They had spent it on entertainment, you know, booze and gambling.
At least he was honest.
Gone. And it was, and those stories aren't
it's completely unheard of. Well, we're working on an app that makes dogs love you. If you're interested, go up to our website. No, I'm joking, but thank you so much, man. Crazy old world out there, Mr. President. I'm so sorry about all of the messages you're going to be receiving today.
Well, we know that home enrichment for cats is a great way to keep our feline friends mentally and physically stimulated. But knowing how to create an enriching environment is a whole other ballgame. Now, from easy to create games that aren't too hard on the wallet, or for some more luxurious splurgers, we take a look at some of the must-have items to keep your cats on their toes.
A cat's needs go way beyond a clean litter box, and luckily there are many easy, cost-effective ways to enrich our living space just for them. Just ask Mareka Ackhurst, Pet Nutrition Advisor.
My cats really add lots of interaction, love. They just enrich my life, and therefore it's very important for me to see them enriched. They get to be stimulated, and they also are able to exercise and keep themselves happy and healthy that way. The best place to add a lot of enrichment for your cat is where you spend most of your time.
Veteran cat owners know how important hiding spaces are, whether a cozy place to rest or a safe sanctuary.
So this is Fairy. She's a 4-year-old Burman. She used to be quite a shy cat. By enriching her environment, she has become totally calm, confident, and very happy to be around us. Hiding spaces is important because they feel secure. They can still observe, but they feel safe in that space. In here, I've actually have purpose-made boxes that is soft and cuddly inside that they can relax and sleep in, and also sunken beds so you can almost not see them, but it's always a comfy, cozy, warm place for them to be. When you have multiple cats in the house, it's important that they aren't always on the same piece of equipment all the time. You need to make sure that they can get out of areas and aren't cornered in certain areas, and that they can escape from wherever they are.
To stretch, exercise, mark their playground territory, and just keep busy, cats love a good stretch.
Scratching releases stress. Those feel-good hormones in the brain are released. They also get some stretches in, and it's something they love doing. The scratching boards or the cardboard boards are great. They love it. They always spend time on it. Purpose-made scratching posts or condos that they can run up and climb on. So in this condo, on the steps and the hang bridge is all covered with sisal. They can scratch all over there, and they actually do. They just love it.
Keeping your cat active and having fun is easy when you have the right tools for the job.
This is Katya and Bibi, Katya being this cream little Burman kitten, and this is Bibi, who is very special. Both of them get on very well. They're similar in age, and they love playing. Getting a variety of toys is important. The big separator is interactive toys and toys that they can use on their own. Interactive toys like this and object toys like this little caterpillar is great for kittens like this. It keeps them busy, it keeps them active, and it keeps them playing, which is what we love to see. Cats have different preferences when it comes to food. Some of them prefer dry food and others love wet food, and even in the wet food range there is a few options of textures that you can give them. instead of just bowls. There's lots of ways that you can make food interesting for your cats. Cats often like flowing water, so through a fountain, they love drinking from water that runs. It's also important that these spaces are easy to escape from and that other cats can't block or bully them to go there.
An interactive, enriched living space need not break the bank. Even a simple setup can keep your cat happy and fulfilled.
Now, we're getting some really amazing entries to our cat enrichment competition so far. How about this one from Taryn Gavin? This is Benny, who simply loves baskets, and that is really, really cute. There's also Lucky. This was sent in by Lynn Barnard. Now, Lucky's looking very cute in his box. And then we've also got Dobby, and this was sent in by Tanya West, who loves running on his exercise wheel. Thank you so much. Those are so cute. But the competition isn't closed yet, so keep your creative entries coming. All you need to do is visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page, reply on the competition post with a picture of your cat playing, including #Hills, and you could win one of 2 cat enrichment hampers from scratches and wall pins, from Rugged Kitty to Hills Pet Nutrition Food. All entries will be judged on creativity. So the competition closes on Monday, the 28th of May, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Now, because I'm starting to already feel separation anxiety, because it's going to be a weekend and then Carl's not going to be here anymore.
Come on.
And because your beautiful boy turned 8 yesterday. Happy birthday, Zach, for
Thank
yesterday,
you.
man. We absolutely love you on the show. We thought we'd celebrate with something special and create a moment in between with our Clover Super M. And this morning we're going to heat it up. The moments in between, you don't have to stop because winter's here. We're going to create a banana and cinnamon winter warmer. Does it sound good,
Yes,
dude?
it does, though. We need it,
This is for you, Zach. This is just for you. So I've been warming up my banana flavour Super M, which I love cold, okay, which is just as good. But we're warming it up. Don't overdo it. You don't want the milk to froth over. We're going to add 100 mils of our Clover cream. A little bit more there. So you want this to be creamy and indulgent and delicious and awesome. So then we've got a teaspoon of cinnamon and just a pinch of cardamom. Cardamom's quite a powerhouse spice. And then I'm going to just whisk that together like this.
You're so good at this. I have no idea why you don't have a cooking show.
Do you know what it is? Because I'm making it with love. That's why it seems so much easier than it is. It's just being made with a genuine love and affection. Look at that.
You know, you're a careless whisker. Never gonna
yes, you've been very punny today, actually.
I'm sorry, my bad. It's Friday. Come on, I have the right to.
Your audition earlier was genius, bro. Well done. It was like a little comedy stand-up routine, man. It was so cool.
I was called up by MTN. I had to do it, okay.
Look at that. So you want to mix through the cinnamon because it does tend to clump when you put it in, well, introduce moisture into the mix there. So, I mean, that looks awesome. Just get a waft of that. Just waft it.
It smells like I'm warmed up already.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Whoa. Come on, man.
No, but the spillage is important. It's about being in the kitchen at home.
I'm doing it.
You know,
and the jug was supposed to make it easier. I'm doing that for Instagram. We're getting quite creative here.
Can I tell you what the real difficult part is? Is that obviously the squeezing out of the whipped cream.
Shake that bottle, dude.
That could go any way right now. It's like that. Okay, here we go.
I'm not even going to clean that up because it looks very grammable.
Yes,
it looks really, really grammable.
It's got that sort of top-down camera type of feel. You know what I mean?
I'm even going to add a little bit of that.
Okay,
so get busy, dude. You've got to taste this thing. Come on.
Okay, let's do this. Wish me luck.
Okay, so
there we go.
Nice. The keyword here is Clover to 33728, and we'll send you. You just don't hold back, dude.
I don't.
Point.
Come on.
Nice, man.
Don't. That's it. Here we go.
If you SMS Clover to 33728, we'll send you a link with all of these beautiful ingredients, and you can make it on your very own. Now you're going to dress it with a little pistachio bay, and then you're going to round it off with a little cinnamon bay, and let's take you through a blow-by-blow of how you really should make one of these beautiful winter warmers. I need an Instagram.
No weather is too cold when you have the delicious Clover Super M Cinnamon and Banana Winter Warmer drink in hand. For this recipe, you'll need 300 milliliters Clover Super M banana flavor, 100 milliliters Clover cream, a teaspoon of cinnamon plus extra for dusting, a pinch of cardamom powder, 2 tablespoons of pistachio nuts chopped and toasted, and Clover aerosol whipped cream. To get started, bring your pot to a medium to high heat. Next, add your Clover Super M banana flavor, cinnamon, cardamom powder, and Clover cream. Stir and bring to a simmer. Then, pour the banana mixture into 2 serving glasses. Top top with Clover aerosol whipped cream and pistachio nuts. Sprinkle extra cinnamon over the cream and serve immediately to enjoy. It's not only packed with flavoursome punch, but it's so delicious you'll have everyone lining up for more.
Made with love by Clover.
Yes, dude. Yes, like that. Just like that's how you do it. That's
wow,
good for the
man.
now.
So clean. That's a magic dissolve right there, dude. It looks amazing. And the proof really is in the pudding. The keyword, again, is Clover to 33728. You can make this Clover Super M winter warmer for yourself. Go and give it a taste, baby.
I'm going to go.
Wait for the nose. Wait for the nose.
Ah, that's perfect.
You got something white on your face.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's great. This is what. Actually, this is really
good.
It's
really good, eh?
Take a moment between the madness to just chill with Super M, made with love by Clover.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we are celebrating some of the most prolific African female icons on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And then we're heading to the kitchen with our bestie. And of course, you'll find out who that is. And we're making a delicious oat flatbread with butter bean spread. Oh, sounds delicious.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Very good morning. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Africa Day. Recovering from our kitchen shenanigans, time to get serious about some incredible women on our continent. We are so blessed to have had so many powerful women, I think, throughout many of the difficult and painful struggles for liberation and independence stand out on this continent. And women have played such a key role, some brave and unwavering women. Their strength has kept families and communities and countries together. This is why today on Africa Day, we are taking a moment to salute some of the most iconic, influential women who hail from this beautiful continent.
That is just beautiful, I must just say. Can I start off with one?
They deserve it, yeah.
I'm going to start off with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Excuse the pronunciation, but you just need to hear about this amazing person. Was elected the first head of state in Africa when she was appointed president of Liberia in 2006, and she was awarded with a Nobel Peace Prize in 2011, shared with Lema Gabowi of Liberia and Tawakkol Karman of Yemen. She served 2 full terms, and upon the end, she was awarded the $5 million Mo Ibrahim Prize for Excellence in African Leadership, which she will use to establish a center for the empowerment of women across the continent. She's incredible.
What a legacy. And speaking of which, we now move over to Wangari Maathai, who was an internationally renowned Kenyan political environmental activist and was the first African woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize back in 2004 for her dedication to sustainable development, democracy, and peace. She believed that African women need to know that it's okay for them to be the way they are and see the way they are as a strength. She passed in Nairobi, sadly, on the 25th of September back in 2011, but her legacy will certainly live on.
And then, of course, let's bring it back home, shall we? South African anti-apartheid activist Albertina Sisulu. Now, Mama Albertina Sisulu was one of the sheroes that led the historic 1956 Women's March on the Union buildings to protest past laws. And she assumed a leadership position in the ANC Women's League only a few years after joining, and in the 1980s, actually co-founded the anti-apartheid group United Democratic Front. Mama Albertina was laid to rest on the 2nd of June 2011 and is being celebrated all year for her centenary centenary commemoration. But she's absolutely incredible and definitely somebody to consider looking up on Women's Day as well.
Yeah, a moment to commemorate the incredible women of this continent. Did we miss anyone out that you feel should be on that list? You can let us know on our Facebook page. Time now for the news.
In the national news this morning, a bill to regulate medical schemes and benefit members has been approved by Cabinet. Communications Minister Nomvula Mokonyane said the bill seeks to, amongst others, improve the regulation of the medical schemes industry. Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo says the state capture hearings will start in August. He said the legal team had started contacting potential witnesses. Their names would be kept confidential. On the international front, the White House yesterday cancelled the highly anticipated meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Meanwhile, North Korea yesterday appeared to destroy parts of its nuclear testing site before an invited crowd of foreign journalists in an apparent show of goodwill. And then finally, Nigeria's military has committed war crimes and crimes against humanity, including torture, rape and killing civilians during its fight against Islamist insurgency Boko Haram. The human rights group Amnesty International reported this yesterday. Well, that was your 7:30 news update. I'll have a full bulletin for you at the top of the hour.
Let's take a look at your traffic before getting to some weather. There's a stationary vehicle on the N12 that's westbound in the right lane after the Tom Jones Street exit, so do look out for that and exercise caution in that area.
Look around. Life is beautiful. The Hyundai Tucson.
Take a look at your weather now. Northeastern parts of the country looking very good today. Some warm temperatures there, but in the Western Cape, a bit colder with some rain in parts. Let's take a look at those temperatures for you. And starting off in Polokwane, 11 to 26, partly cloudy. Bombela enjoying 14 this morning to a high of 30. 24 is the maximum in Pretoria from a low of 10 this morning. Joburg, 8 to 22 today. Mahikeng, 7 to 26. Gladstone, 6 to 24 today. A low of 5 to a high of 23 in Kimberley. Bloemfontein, a low of just 3 to a high of 21 a little later. Richards Bay, 17 to 24. Pietermaritzburg enjoying 12 this morning to a high of 21. Maximum of 24 in Durban from a low of 18. Mthatha, some rain, 11 to 17. Also rain in East London today, 12 to 18. Some cloud cover in Cradock, 6 to 18 there. PE, 11 to 18 with partly cloudy conditions. The same goes for George, 10 to 17. Sutherland just 1 this morning to a high of 14 later. Cape Town, partly cloudy, 9 to 18. Worcester, 8 to 18 today. Springbok enjoying 6 to a high of 21 later, and then a maximum of 24 in Uppington from a low of 7. That's a look at your weather right here in the Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso.
Are you stuck when it comes to healthy snack ideas? Well, by now, if you're a regular viewer, you'll know that Jungle Oats has some incredible health benefits and a myriad of ways that we can incorporate it into other awesome snack ideas. So here to show us how to make a super healthy but still completely delicious snack is our Zola Nene. Happy Africa Day.
Hey,
you
happy
beautiful
Africa
soul.
Day.
So good to see you.
You too, always.
This is right up my street. It's a flatbread.
It is a flatbread, yes, and it's got oat bran in it for added fiber, and I also put some jungle oats in it as well for a bit of texture. You could do it with just jungle oats, or you could do it with also just oat bran if you like.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that there's texture in there as well, but ultimately we need to create something that is bready and something that is flat.
Yes,
and something that is delicious.
It is very, very simple, but I want you to make what we're going to eat the flatbread with.
Of course,
and that's a cannellini bean pate.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like hummus, but it's not quite hummus.
Yeah.
So in there, tinned cannellini...
Can I just start going, eh?
Tinned cannellini beans, yeah, gooi. Cannellini bean just drained. A bit of Egyptian dukkha. You can... Both tins, yeah. You can just buy that ready-made. But a parsley, squeeze of lemon, some olive oil, and then you just blend that up to... You can have it chunky if you like, or you can have it really smooth, so it's up to you. So I'm going to get on with the flatbread
what is
while
dukkha,
you do that.
if you don't mind me asking? Is it like nuts and
It's nuts
spices
and spices and sesame seeds. It's like a really delicious sort of warm spice mix.
And then how much of the lemon are we putting in?
Maybe squeeze half a lemon so it's not too lemony, and then we'll taste it. Okay, so for the flatbread, cake flour in here, a bit of salt. We've got pink Himalayan salt here because we're fancy, but you can use any salt. A bit of baking powder, a bit of bicarb as well. We're putting both in because we want just a little bit of a puff in our bread. Oh. And then in comes the star ingredients, which is the Jungle Oat bran, which is packed full of fiber, as we said before, and it's a really great thing to add to any bread recipe, actually, just for added nutrition.
Also, if you're looking for substitutes, it's just really, really healthy, and the added fiber is not going to hurt. Can I turn this on?
You can.
Can I give it a go?
You can, yeah.
Wa-da-da-da. I like the introduction of the lemon there to add a bit of
acidity.
Kind of a zing.
Yeah,
acidity
a little bit of
is
excitement.
important. I mean, we always say this, when you're making something that's vegetarian, it doesn't have to be boring.
No, it doesn't.
How much of a pate paste vibe are we going
That's
for?
That's completely up to you. I'm leaving that completely up to you, yeah. So once you think it's ready, it's fine. Then into this bread for moisture, obviously I've added a bit of yogurt, and that's why we have the baking powder in there, on the bicarb in there, so that it activates with the acid in the yogurt, and it'll give us a little bit of a puff. So basically you just mix this to a dough and leave it to rest for a bit, and then it'll become like this. Then you can either roll it out with a rolling pin or just flour your hands.
How long do you have to leave it to rest to get to that?
It doesn't need to prove because there's no yeast, but it does need to rest just so that the gluten in the flour relaxes, so that it doesn't sort of spring back too much. Yeah, just chill out.
Buddy.
And then just roll it out, or you can do rough and ready. You can pop some of that into that little bowl for me.
Thank you,
roll it out or just flatten it out with your hands. I like it quite like rustic, so I just do it in my hands. And then here I've got a bit of an oil mix. It's a bit of cumin and coriander. Salt, and then a little bit of olive oil, and I brush that onto the bread and then into a dry pan, and then you can hear it sizzle.
It's like proper Moroccan vibes here.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, we've got to call it Egyptian because our dukkha's Egyptian.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
And it is. It's good on Africa Day too.
Yeah, completely.
That looks
I
delicious.
left it a little bit chunky.
I like a bit of chunky.
A rustic vibe,
I like a bit of chunky.
The texture is all important.
Yeah, and then you can see once the flatbread is cooked, it's really delicious, and then you just tear it off and dip it into your majiggy, and it's deliciousness.
Is that what it's officially called?
Pate. It's really cool.
It's majiggy. Sounds far more romantic. I love that. The keyword here is jungle to 33728. If you'd like to create these beautiful flatbreads yourself, along with our jiggy pate, which absolutely looks amazing. That is awesome. You better make a lot because the studio team, I think, is going to love it.
Don't worry, I've got a lot of dough.
Keep going.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors.
Well, still to come on your feel-good breakfast show, we're going to be continuing to chat to Zola about all things African cuisine on this Africa Day. And then, can we just talk about Presenter Search on 3 last night at 7:30 on SABC3? Man, was it lit. Durban brought it. It was so hilarious. So we're talking about the not-so-good auditions.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. And the thing is, there's a very important thing that we need, and that is some international entertainment news. And not so good news, apparently, Leanne.
Exactly, but Azola's joining us here as well to get in on the conversation, and I really want your opinion on this, you guys. I am most disturbed about this story. Now, Morgan Freeman is being accused of sexual harassment or misconduct by 8 women over several years on the set of his movies or during media events related to his projects. One of the allegations comes from a production assistant who worked on Freeman's movie in 2015 called Going in Style. I actually watched that movie. It was really nice. She told CNN Morgan repeatedly tried to lift up her skirt to see if she was wearing underwear and commented on her figure. Another woman who worked on Now You See Me claims Freeman also made comments about her body as well as another female staffer's body as well. She says women on set knew to cover up whenever he was around. CNN reporter Chloe Miller says that she too was subject to Freeman's misconduct when she was 6 months pregnant and interviewing him during a media junket. Malas claims that Freeman told her that she looked ripe and repeatedly insinuated that he wished that he'd been there when she got pregnant. Morgan Freeman got in touch with Hollywood business site TMZ and told them the following. He said, anyone who knows me or has worked with me knows that I am not someone who would intentionally offend or knowingly make someone feel uneasy. I apologize to anyone who felt uncomfortable or disrespected. That was never my intent. So I don't know. It's shocking. I mean, he's 80 years old.
Is this like a Bill Cosby situation all over again, do you think?
It's a very, very sad thing. And I think that when these things come out, it not only makes you sad, but also makes you feel, and I'm sure you ladies, you know, whenever something happens, you need to speak out immediately and you need to speak out with no sort of holding back. You need to say, this is happening to me and I'm feeling uncomfortable. And it needs to happen right then and there because it's so important for you to feel comfortable as a woman around guys because it is our responsibility to act in a certain way which is actually about not only equality but about respect for your fellow ladies, so that there is that air of we are in a good space, we're in a safe space, and I don't need to assert any of my opinions about you or your attire or your body figure.
Absolutely. I mean, it's easier said than done. I mean, one of the women said that she was on the set of his movie. I think it's probably harder or more difficult for somebody to speak out to your director or your superior and be like, what you're doing is inappropriate because you're scared you might lose your job, you're scared that you misinterpreted what might have happened, even though you know the feeling that you feel. I think this patriarchal society has to stop. Men need to just respect women. We actually just need to respect each other.
Exactly.
And just feel safe around each other, like you said.
And I'm so happy that now more than ever, we're creating that platform with the Me Too movement, with the hashtag and Time's Up movement, for women to be given that freedom and that confidence that if I do come out and say that this is what's going to happen to me, I'm not going to be ostracized or, you know, made to feel like I'm the bad guy.
Absolutely.
Or, you know,
and just one more thing when it comes to ladies in the entertainment industry, right? I feel that you need to weigh things up and realize that losing the gig is not as important as losing your dignity.
Absolutely.
100%. Well, let's talk about something on a little bit more of a lighter note, you guys. Last night, Presenter Search took us to Durban for another wild round of auditions, which we all know is the best part, let's be honest. Did you guys watch the show? As much as we all look forward to seeing the hottest and the best talent, we also secretly wait for those not-so-good auditions too. Here are some of the hilarious highlights from last night. Let's take a look.
Is a great show emphasize on your culture? Where's the train going?
Deep breath in, deep, slow deep breath. Not too, that's too fast.
Okay, today, okay, this show will start at afternoon after the afternoon espresso. Okay.
You're still tuning in to the Presenter Search. That's how we do in Zulu. I'm just passionate about everything, about learning more in life, about learning more.
My name is, guys, I'm sorry. Nice eyebrows, by the way. Any other questions?
Love the show. Yes, we love the show. No, we love the show. Know that you are able, you were trying to... You were waiting for the show.
Yes,
you were waiting for the show. You couldn't wait for the show.
Could not wait for the show. Awesome. Well, I like your vibe. I like your vibe. Well done. Well done for the
triple high five.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe.
Oh my word! Durban! Yes!
Oh man!
Woo, we're about that life. Thank you so much, Durban. You brought us much entertainment last night. It's going to be wonderful to see who actually makes the finals. But if you missed last night's episode, you can catch the repeat at 12 o'clock on Saturday on SABC3. And next week's episode takes us to Joburg, which apparently had a massive, massive turnout. So we can't wait to see what went down on that side. And that's all happening on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. right here on SABC3. Now, we're going to let Zola compose herself because...
Yeah, please, come on.
It is Africa Day, and along with colourful and spirited celebrations all across our remarkable continent, there'll be lots of feasting happening too. Now, we all know that African cuisine is full of heart and soul, and it's the perfect food to warm us up as winter is officially here. And joining us to talk more about the best African eateries and winter warmers is our favourite foodie and our favourite person just in general. Zola, everybody! Were you not concerned?
She's
who
trying,
are they talking about?
Oh, is there someone else coming?
It's you, girl. You got this. You got this.
Well, just to start off, because African cuisine is so beautiful.
It is.
And I'd love to ask you about just the foundations of it and why it's so unique, around the world cuisine space.
I think that because Africa is a melting pot, and South Africa as well included, is such a melting pot, I think it's very different from every other continent. And that's what makes it interesting. And I love the fact that Africa is on everybody's lips at the moment, not just because it's Africa Day, but lately the world is interested in what Africa is wearing, what Africa is eating, what Africa is doing.
Wakanda.
So that's Wakanda. What Africa is doing and how we're evolving and who we actually are. So I think it's great that everyone's interested finally. African cuisine, I don't know, it's very difficult to define just because it is so diverse. And I think it is very personal for every single African what their culture and cuisine means to them.
Yeah, love it. Now let's talk about some of the best eateries, African eateries that our viewers can try, because I know if there's one thing that you know where to find the good food, and I'm all about the good food. Okay,
we're always about the good food. So there's one in Cape Town that's been around forever and ever and ever, Marco's African Place.
Yes, been there.
It's jazzy, it's loud, it's vibey, it's very touristy, but also it's great for locals as well. And they serve like a variety of African food, so not only South African food, but Ghanaian food and etc. And also it isn't just the extreme stuff, so you don't have to go and eat amatumbo, which is intestines.
Okay, all right.
You can eat zebra. Okay, that's also probably extreme for some people.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, I just said zebra and it's like a good extreme. But you can also eat familiar things. So there's lamb shanks and those type of things.
Why are we quoting the Lion King characters?
Because we watched this snippet of the Lion King this morning.
But it's a great vibe of a restaurant, and you just go with a big group and just explore. And there's African dancing and instruments and stuff.
Lovely.
So that's a fun one. There is one that also opened quite recently, Lucy Ethiopian, and as the name says, it focuses on Ethiopian food.
Oh, wow.
And it's a great experience because they have like the traditional serving baskets.
Yeah.
And everything is sharing, and they put the injera on, they put everything, all the stews, etc. on the injera. Then you get like a little roll of injera as well, and it's all gluten-free food, Ethiopian food, so everybody can go and have it.
Amazing.
And you tear it off, and it's very communal, and it's really lovely. The setting is really beautiful. And they even have their own like Ethiopian coffee that you can try there.
Where's
so that's
Lucy's based?
Lucy's also in Cape Town. It's in Long Street.
Okay, lovely.
And we did speak a few weeks ago about the new African restaurant that opened in Joburg as well. There's lots. There's lots for everybody to try and explore.
Yay.
Nice. And I love Ethiopian. There's like a ritual coffee.
Yes.
Is so beautiful.
Beautiful. And they wash your hands before, and there's like huge teapot with this. It's all the customs are really interesting, and that's what's nice to experience.
Nice.
Amazing stuff, though. Just in terms of being at home now, Africa Day, trying to celebrate. I mean, do you think there are any go-to dishes that you could make today to celebrate Africa Day? I mean, which would you pick for a viewer who's thinking, what do I do here? Do I just make the normal stuff, or is this something that I can try that's a bit out of the box?
Well, for me, whenever I feel nostalgic and I want to eat something that reminds me of home, I always make Istanbul, which is sampan beans.
Oh,
and
yes.
it does take an entire day to make, and sort of the aromas fill the house, and it's really inviting. So for me, that's always a go-to. But if you're wanting to sort of decide now, let's make something for dinner, make beef stew and dombolo, which is always a crowd pleaser. So it's basically beef stew with steamed dumplings over the top, and it's winter, and it's cold, and it's lovely, and it's warming. So that's always great. So lots to.
Okay, so we're basically starving right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zola, because you've basically created all of those sensations. But we love you. Thank you so much for being here and, of course, taking us through this African cuisine journey. And we hope that you take some inspiration from some of Zola's suggestions and make these rich, tasty, and oh so hearty African cuisine dishes yourself. Because you can.
My word, how hungry are you right now? A lot of love on the studio floor, especially for this young man. Bongani is going to be back with another breathtaking performance. You want to stay tuned for that. Then we're back in the kitchen to whip up another easy-to-make treat. This time, a chocolate and puffed rice fudge. Does that not look amazing? Get those juices flowing. We're going to fill that tummy after the break. We'll see you now.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
Yeah, it's just not chewing.
Is it not chewing? Is there a battery in there? Is the battery okay?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna relax. Okay, that one's done. That one's done. Oh my God. What's happening? Okay, relax.
Okay, do me a quick favor. I just want to see that the guitar is working. Just turn off the tuner quickly. Just play for us.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Time for us to take a look at who's celebrating birthdays today, because every day millions of people celebrate their birthdays all over the world. So let's see who's making the birthday list in terms of celebrities, and even you at home.
Well, I can tell you the first birthday is I've got the powers. Mike Myers celebrates his birthday today. Austin Powers, of course, as well as the voice of Shrek the Ogre. Shreks are like onions. We have layers. It's fantastic. And he celebrates his birthday. What a great character as well. From Wayne's World all the way till now. He's an amazing dude.
Absolutely is an amazing dude. Let's take a look at who is celebrating birthdays in terms of our viewers. How about this one? Murphy Coley celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Murphy. Looking absolutely amazing there. And then the beautiful Alice Hotlelelo. Well done. Happy birthday. I was saying well done to myself.
Well done to yourself. I can see that.
Happy birthday, you guys. Go to Expresso Morning Show's Facebook page and let us know who's having a happy birthday in your life and someone you want to wish happy birthday.
We are loving having Bongani Zama in studio this morning, who's already taken our breath away with a beautiful performance. He is now giving us a taste of his second studio album. And of course, he is again nominated for a SAMA, so we congratulate him for that. But I think he does this for so much more. That's to give you a taste of his incredible talent and take you on a journey. And right now, we're going to get a taste of Umangaliso, his second studio album with a song titled Ndoku Landela, which means I will follow you. Yeah. I love that, man. Take it away. Oh, butcher that. Dude, thank you so much. That was beautiful. Just give us a bit of background there. What was that song about? What inspired that?
I guess the song is really written about, you know, following your own path. I think in life, a lot of people tell you that, you know, you can't do this or you shouldn't do this and why you shouldn't. But I think if something is like kind of in your heart and you feel that it's your destiny, yeah. So it's about really chasing what matters to you mostly.
And you seem to be doing that right now, man. I'm loving it. It's been so special having you here. We're going to ask you to do one more performance, and you can show some love on all of our social media platforms what you thought of those two performances. People have been loving it this morning. Just go and have a look at our timeline and just get an impression of what people have been feeling this morning, thanks to you. So thank you so much, man. We love it. Let's get back into those news headlines.
In the national news this morning, a bill to regulate medical schemes and benefit members has been approved by Cabinet. At a post-Cabinet briefing yesterday, Communications Minister Nomvula Mokonyane announced that the Medical Schemes Amendment Bill will be published in the Government Gazette for public comment. She said the bill seeks, amongst others, to improve the regulation of the medical schemes industry. It will also ensure that beneficiaries are better protected and promoted improved access to private health funding. Experts say the bill would be an important step towards protecting healthcare consumers. Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo says the state capture hearings will start in August. Briefing the media yesterday afternoon, Zondo said the legal team had started contacting potential witnesses and hopes to start with interviews soon. He said the names of witnesses would be kept confidential. Zondo added that they are currently involved in finalizing working agreements with investors and witnesses, as well as seeking records from implicated entities. Investigators will go out into the field to gather evidence and meet people. Now moving further abroad, the White House yesterday cancelled the highly anticipated meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. In a letter to Kim, US President Donald Trump wrote, "I feel it's inappropriate to have this long-planned meeting now." Trump said that he'd been looking forward to the summit, but the tremendous anger and open hostility in Kim's recent statements ultimately inspired him to cancel the meeting. Meanwhile, North Korea yesterday appeared to destroy parts of its nuclear testing site before a crowd of invited foreign journalists in an apparent show of goodwill. And finally, Nigeria's military has committed war crimes and crimes against humanity, including torture, rape, and killing civilians during its fight against Islamist insurgency Boko Haram, the human rights group Amnesty International said yesterday. The crimes were perpetrated for years and have continued despite a presidential inquiry established last August, of which the findings have not yet been made public. The Nigerian military described Amnesty's findings as a false report on fictitious rape incidents. The 89-page report is based on hundreds of interviews. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
So, rounding off your sporting headlines, the moment has arrived. After 9 months of explosive action, we are down to the final 2 teams in the UEFA Champions League as Real Madrid take on Liverpool in that final tomorrow. Real Madrid head into the final chasing their 3rd consecutive Champions League title, their 4th in 5 years and 13th overall, while Liverpool are in search of a 6th European crown. That match gets underway at the Kiev Olympic Stadium at 8:45 South African time. And staying with football, Platinum Stars will have one final chance to save their PSL promotion playoffs when they take on our current frontrunners Black Leopards at the Modeling Stadium tomorrow. Nothing but a win will do against the group leading Leopards, as Stars currently find themselves at the bottom of the playoff group after a loss and a draw so far. Tomorrow's match kicks off at 8:15. And on to rugby, it's the North versus South derby headlining Super Rugby this weekend as the Stormers host the Lions tomorrow. When the two met in the reverse fixture, the Lions came out on top in April with a convincing 52-31 win in front of the Ellis Park faithful. And also in Super Rugby action this weekend, the Sharks tackle the Jaguares tonight. Well, tomorrow it's the Bulls up against the Brumbies. And finally, in Formula One, Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo finished on top in the 2nd practice session at the Monaco Grand Prix yesterday as he set a new track record. The Australian was quickest with a time of 1 minute 11.841 seconds, with Red Bull teammate Max Verstappen finishing 2nd and Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel in 3rd. With qualifying set to take place tomorrow, the Monaco GP main race gets underway at 3 on Sunday. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Let's take a look at your traffic just to start off with. And in the Western Cape, not so good news in the Wynberg area. There's heavy traffic on the M3 northbound between Wynberg Hill and the Rhodes Avenue exit. So please exercise patience in that area.
Turning air into pristine, clean drinking water. Cirrus Water, the future of sustainable drinking water.
Taking a look at your weather now, northeastern parts of the country looking very good today with some warm temperatures, but in the Western Cape a bit colder with some rain in parts. Let's take a look at those temperatures starting in Polokwane, a low of 11 to a high of 26 degrees. Bombela, a high of 30 from a low of 14. Pretoria, 10 to 24 today. Good morning, Joburg, 8 to 22 for you today. Sunny. Mahikeng, 7 to 26. Gladthorpe, a maximum of 24 degrees from a low of 6. Kimberley, 5 to 23. Bloemfontein, a low of 3 to a high of 21. Richards Bay starts at 17 to a high of 24, partly cloudy. Pietermaritzburg, 12 to 21, also partly cloudy in that area. Durban, 18 this morning to a high of 24. A little later, Mthatha, 11 to 17 with rain. East London, also some rain, 12 to 18. Craddock, 6 to 18 today with some clouds. Port Elizabeth, 11 to 18. George, partly cloudy, 10 to 17 today. Sutherland, just 1 degree this morning to a high of 14. Cape Town enjoying 9 degrees this morning to a high of 18. Worcester 8 to 18. Springbok a low of 6 to a high of 21, and a maximum of 24 degrees in Uppington from a low of 7 this morning. That's it for your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, South Africa's most loved skincare brand, Pond's, is giving one lucky woman the opportunity to be a face of Pond's, winning the coveted title of Brand Ambassador, along with a modelling portfolio and other exciting prizes. Now, you'll stand a chance of joining the league of unstoppable ladies, such as Ayanda Tabete, Celeste Kamalo, and the recently announced Tembi Siete. Now, here is how you can enter and become a new face of Pond's.
Are you the next face of Pond's? Enter now. Purchase any Pond's product at selected ShopRite stores. Find the unique code on your till slip and follow the prompts. Click the link that will be sent to you via SMS. Then fill out the simple entry form and upload your pic. Pond's, hashtag I am the face of Pond's.
And there you go, it's as easy as that. For more information, visit the Pond's SA Facebook page, Twitter or Instagram page. Remember that T's and C's do apply.
New Pond's Perfect Color Complex. The improved formula with vitamin B3+ helps fade dark marks to bring back your natural color.
Fight 10 of the toughest dark mark problems.
New Pond's Perfect Color Complex. We're searching for the next face of Pond's. Enter now. Purchase any Pond's at ShopRite.
So we're going to take the quickest of breaks, don't stray too far. When we return, as promised, double the deliciousness with chocolate and puffed rice fudge. It's going to be amazing, so you want to stick around for that. Still plenty coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Win a trip to New York City worth 150,000 Rand. South Africa's #1 cream cheese, Lancewood, is on the hunt for the nation's #1 cake. To bake it all the way to the Big Apple, upload a picture of your cake with the Lancewood product used to lancewoodcakeoff.co.za. 3 finalists will make it through to our live cake-off on Expresso show. 1 will impress celebrity judges Zola Nene, Jay Something and Lorna Maseko, and make it all the way to New York.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an amazing week. It's been a truly glorious Friday. Why? Because our favorite Expresso chef, Zola Nene, is here, and she's here again with something truly delicious. Just looking at the ingredients, it looks awesome. We've got our Clover Super M, which I love. Chocolate flavor, one of the best. Then we've got a whole lot of other goodies, and we're making the sweetest thing on earth. Fudge is the sweetest thing, hey?
I guess.
This morning it is, all right. Zols, we love having you here because you really do come up with ingenious and easy ways of creating delicious food, and that's what we're doing right now,
and this
making
is
a crowd pleaser.
As easy as it gets.
Thanks, idiot proof, idiot proof. But fudge is a crowd pleaser. If you've got like a school fete, you've got to do something like that.
Totally.
You need to make mass amounts of things that are delicious, people are going to love. And this is cool. I like the crunchy addition of
crunchy addition, and a bit of chocolate fudge going on. And of course, like you said, we're using the chocolate-flavoured Super M. So all you do is pop it into a pot and get it heated up.
Cool. You don't want to overdo it, you know.
What?
The heat.
Oh.
Of the
What? Okay.
Don't overdo it.
So the Super M is already in here. Okay, the chocolate one. You can actually do this with any flavour you like, but you know we're doing chocolate today.
Chocolate is nice. I like it. And we're doubling up on the chocolate
and
as well.
And then a bit of butter. cocoa powder for extra chocolatiness.
We're tripling up on the chocolate.
And then some icing sugar, because listen, this is fudge after all. So
Not some.
Don't be.
Gang.
Don't be,
that is like
don't be afraid. It is fudge, and you're going to cut it up, and it's already.
You're not going to eat it all.
You're not going to eat it all
in
by yourself.
one mouthful, but that's like all of the icing sugar that you have in your house. Just put all of that in there.
No, it's not even a whole. It's not even a whole packet actually. So it's not that much. So whisk that all together. You want to sort of bring it to a simmer.
Okay.
You can do it a bit slower than me. You can actually sift your icing sugar just to prevent lumps even more.
Cool.
But you know, for some people, life's too short.
But the icing sugar
and I
should break down fairly
It
easily
will
as
because
well.
you're essentially melting it, so you should be all right. So I'm just going to crank up the heat a little bit here.
I think at some point you might have even turned it off.
No, it's fine. Okay, then some vanilla, because it's a flavor enhancer. We use it like salt in baking. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, then to that, I'm going to add even more chocolate.
Good.
So you only add the chocolate once this is all melted, but of course, just for TV purposes, we're just going to go ahead. And then turn off the heat, because you don't want to cook the chocolate, it'll seize, you don't want that.
Okay.
And the heat, the residual heat from this fudge mixture will make sure that it melts. So chocolate goes in. That's like 100 grams of just dark chocolate. You could do milk chocolate, but you saw how much sugar went in there, so you don't need
the
all
dark,
that
you want a
sweetness.
little bit of a counter foil, yeah.
Absolutely. And then for crunch, I'm going to turn this off actually, because I'm going to practice what I preach. And then for a bit of added crunch, which is optional, you could add some Rice Krispies or Rice Krispie whatevers. What is this called? Rice?
Crispy.
Puffed rice.
Puffed rice.
Hey, it's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Puffed rice, okay? You could actually also add crushed up cookies if you wanted.
Yeah, I was going to say, or even little, like, chocolate crunchy honeycomb things. Anything.
Look at you.
Hey, boom.
Whoa.
Put that in. So that's awesome, and it's already looking quite exciting.
Already looking really decadent and delicious. Then you want to make sure you grease your tin very well. The puffed rice will rise up to the top, but that's part of the joy of
just
this fudge.
Like life.
It's a little hot, actually, so I'm actually burning my hands, but I'm going to pretend that I'm fine right now.
Yes. The legs, and she'll do that for you, hey? She will sacrifice.
And then pop it into the fridge. Make sure you grease this really well, or line it with some baking paper. Pop it into the fridge. It'll set. What I love about this fudge is that it's a soft fudge, so it's not like rock hard. Can you see if I give it a little bit of a squeezy squeeze? Can you see how it's?
Oh, I love that.
It yields. I'm going to take a bite so you can see.
Do it. Prove it. Otherwise, I don't believe you. Oh man, and that element of the crushed puffed rice.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe right there. It's a vibe in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So how awesome would you look at that next school fete when someone else has got boring old normal fudge and you whip out these triple chocolate, puffed rice extraordinaires, the jiggy-majig fudge, we'll call it the jiggy-majig fudge this morning. The keyword here is treat to 33728 if you'd like to recreate these treats for yourself. Well done. I'm going to have a bite now as well. Ooh, it is soft.
Take a moment between the madness to just chill with Super M, made with love by Clover.
Well, it's almost the weekend, and you know what that means. It's time to get in the kitchen and start making sure that your dreams could possibly come true in the Lancewood Cake-Off Competition 2018. Now, time is running out to enter, you guys. You only have until the 3rd of June, which is next weekend. So make sure that this weekend you use this as a perfect time to bake your way to New York. Now, if you need a reminder on what you need to enter, then all you have to do is make your favorite sweet or savory cake recipe with any Lancewood product. You don't even have to bake it. It's that simple. No bake cake or tart. Now the entries are rolling in like this carrot cake right here, To Die For by Charlize Hurst. We also had Vienna Janse van Rensburg, who submitted an impressive looking salted caramel and toasted almonds baked cheesecake. My mouth is watering. And how about this one from Greta Bester? Has channeled her creativity with a cauliflower cheesecake and lemon ash. Oh my goodness. Now we can't wait to see all of your entries. Entering is so simple. Visit lancewoodcakeoff.co.za, upload the ingredients of the recipe and the method along that you used to bake the cake, and then take a snap of the cake with the Lancewood product in sight, of course. I want to wish you all the best. I mean, come on, you guys. It's New York with 150,000 Rand. Mind blown.
All right, so, as you know, there's some entertainment. And you know, the entertainment on SABC3 is incredible, though. You see you laughing about it because it's exciting.
No, I love it. You had to take a moment there just to absorb how awesome the movies on 3 this weekend are. But we've had some stellar lineups. So what you got for us?
Okay, well, the first one is a movie that you made us love. It's called Love, Wedding, Marriage. And it features Mandy Moore and Kellen Lutz.
Oh, cool.
It's an incredible film that you should check out tomorrow night. If you don't have any plans, I suggest you get involved. Just to let you know, the film follows a newlywed couple by the name of Av and Charlie, who have been inspired by the 30-year marriage of Ava's parents, of course. And Ava decided to throw a surprise anniversary party for her parents, but finds out that their marriage faces some troubles and takes it upon herself to fix things. Don't ask me why I went American. It's just one of those things happening when you do movies. And then, of course, she invites her dad to move in with her without consulting her husband.
Oh,
Two
come
men,
on.
one house. It's not going to turn out well.
Maybe Jane Fonda can solve it. Some big names in there. Love Kellen Lutz. It looks really, really good. So let's fast forward now to Sunday, 3 p.m. And I'm going to continue my trend this morning of butchering pronunciations. So I'm going to give this a go. Javani, hi, Devani.
That was perfect.
Well, thanks for saying that. I don't know if you're the expert, but it does look like a barrel of laughs, a lot of fun, and it's got a ridiculously good-looking cast as well, by the looks of it. This is coming to you on a Sunday afternoon, as I said. It's another spectacular Bollywood film just for you. And the name translates loosely to This Youth is Crazy. It follows a shy medical student, Naina, who, in an effort to experience more life, follows her friend Aditi on a trip to the Himalayas. A modern take on the classic rom-com idea. I love that.
Well, you know, we actually got a clip. Let's just check it out.
Let's have a look.
This is the story of the relationship between two young friends just out of college who have to go their separate ways. But as fate would have it, their paths cross once again. Watch this Bollywood movie this Sunday at 3 on 3. The stage is yours.
If that caught your fancy, you can catch The Real Deal, the whole film, at 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. And that's our pick of a fantastic movie lineup right here on 3. The stage is yours.
Well, thank you so much, team. Now, other team members that are living their best lives, Kat and Zoe, they've arrived in Kiev, and with so many exciting things to do and places to see ahead of the UEFA Champions League final, they sent us a little update to tell us how it's going so far.
Hi Expresso family, it is day 2 of our #Lays Ukraine experience. We arrived very early this morning in Kiev and we literally hit the ground running.
Yeah,
you can
see the streets are super busy and we've explored so much, learned so much about the beautiful city of Kiev, about its founding by 4 family members, 3 brothers and a sister, and we visited some of the most beautiful monuments and cathedrals. It's been absolutely amazing. And as you can imagine, the city is buzzing with the excitement of Saturday's final.
I know, oh my goodness, it is unbelievable. I'm going to put it out there and put it on record. I'm going to be wearing red on Saturday.
What do you mean? We're supposed to be supporting Los Galacticos Real Madrid. Okay,
There's some division in the Expresso family, but of course you can keep up with all of our expeditions by following that #Lays Ukraine experience and the #Life Needs Flavor.
As well as following us on social media at ZBZoeBrown.
That's right.
And at Sipho Mabuse. And on Saturday, which is tomorrow, we will find out who are the champions!
Wow, we are living their best lives. So all you have to do is tune in to Expresso on Monday for an update on Kat and Zoe's #Lays Ukraine experience at the UEFA Champions League final. So exciting.
Don't go anywhere, because if you want a bit of a fashion fix, we've got you sorted out with something on vogue and on time. Plus, Sipho Hot Sticks Mabuse on Africa Month. Stay right there. It's Expresso, your feel-good breakfast show.
Start your weekend the right way with Afternoon Express, live at 4:30 on SABC3. Today we hang out with actor and singer Nicholas Nkuna, best known for his recurring role in the popular SABC1 soapie Skeem Saam and his more recent stint on Seven Delan. He treats us to a live performance from his new album, plus we catch up with hip-hop superstar and founder of Fresh to Deaf Productions, Deleuze. That's Afternoon Express, weekdays at 4:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, what other way to cap off another week right here on Expresso than with your weekly dose of fashion fix on Vogue and on time. And this is your one-stop shop for curated news you can use, everything you need to know to start your day. So here to bring us into the fashion light is our style squad. Expresso fashion editor Nick Strelitz, everybody! Make some noise. And then we have editor-in-chief at Al South Africa, Kelly Ford. Listen, Nick, don't feel bad.
Guests are always welcome more than than the regulars.
Yours was like a pity clap. Anyways, Nick, it's been a really
You're
busy...
so mean to me.
It's been a really busy week in the week of fashion, in the lives of fashion, in the world of fashion. What is your one big story for the week, my friend?
So, girl, I don't know about you guys, but I'm still reeling from the royal wedding. Got that hangover.
I'm obsessed still.
I got that hangover from the royal wedding. I mean, that was, what, the biggest event we've seen?
I was glued to my Instagram and the TV screen at the same time.
And
Look at them getting into the little baby car.
Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love with love. I'm in love with them.
Me too. And her Stella McCartney dress, for me, was the highlight, more so than her actual main wedding dress.
I preferred it.
Right?
Yeah.
Harry getting in that car, he drives, guys. That's so nice.
That's wonderful.
So this prompted me to think, okay, we need to do a 2018 fashion report. We've got to think about it. So when we think about the fairy tale wedding dress, which we've seen in the past, this is very quintessential wedding.
Yeah.
Look at Mariah Carey literally with an entire tree in her hand. An entire, carrying that tree
Save
home.
the trees.
Well, we've seen List.com, which is this amalgamation site, it's a trend forecasting sort of agency. They've predicted this whole new wave of wedding dresses stemming from female empowerment.
Oh, wow.
So we've seen huge leaps and bounds in female empowerment. The jumpsuit.
I remember the jumpsuit.
Why is Solange riding a bike to her wedding?
Because she didn't have the car that Prince Harry had.
All right, or Beyonce took the car.
Yes,
She's like, baby sis, you gotta
You've got the bike. You've got the bike.
But this leads us
this is a thing now?
This is a thing now. Kel, what do you...
Well, I think it's such a, you know, it just says how much things have changed. That, you know, weddings aren't seen as the same way anymore. Jumpsuits are definitely a way to go and to look differently. Absolutely.
When it comes to color as well, we're seeing a huge turn from quintessential white to colorful dresses.
Yes. Colorful dresses, what do you mean?
What does colorful mean,
What do you mean? No, I'm not a fan.
What does that mean?
I don't
listen,
appreciate
let's
this.
throwback. This is Liz Taylor, one of her 12 weddings. Keira Knightley in the middle, and then obviously Posh and Beck's back in.
Did she get
Do you
married
remember
in
that?
purple?
This was her after wedding
the
reception.
We've seen huge spikes and increases in colorful dresses, particularly in black.
I remember.
Black wedding dresses are on the rise.
I'm not sure about this.
Didn't they get divorced?
Yeah,
Yes.
see, that's why
I think it was the dress.
It was the dress.
Cynthia Bailey from Real Housewives of Atlanta is
Also
one of my
got
absolute
divorced.
favorites. Okay. Oh yes, they did.
Yeah.
But she looked great for the day, which is all that matters.
It's a good thing that Tina's not with that other guy.
Tina Turner.
Listen, Luke Watson's wife also got married in this beautiful black velvet
I remember
dress.
that.
Do you remember that one?
I do remember
that was the first time that we'd seen a South African wearing a black
black dress. But black dress is on the rise, something like 38% increase from last year. But this leads me to sort of the worst dresses that we've seen in the past. This is not fashion inspo for people. You do not want to take cues South Africa from some of these bad boys.
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
Oh, her dress will go on and on.
And that veil too.
And on.
And that veil.
Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks. Anyway, that's very much a disaster.
Oh my goodness. My gosh.
But then we're talking about influential weddings of the last year as well. These have been rated as the top 3 most influential weddings of the last year, and I'll tell you why. So first we have Emily Ratajkowski, actress model. Her future husband proposed to her over dinner in New York City with a paperclip.
Oh.
Do you want a paperclip?
No, I don't.
You are gonna
That's why I'm alone.
That's okay. Saw increases in mustard yellow through the roof after she wore this suit, and we're seeing this very much on the rise as well, including for men as well, but mustard yellow is sort of the go-to color. Serena Williams' wedding was number 2 on the list of most influential weddings.
Oh, look at her.
She wore 3 dresses on the day, but it was her studded Nike Cortez shoes that saw increases of something like 40–50% in that week.
Of course.
She looked incredible. 3
did
wedding
look
dresses.
incredible.
And then finally Pippa.
Pippa
Middleton.
Pippa.
The world's most influential wedding, according to List.com, was Pippa Middleton.
Wow.
Sister to Kate, of course. She wore a designer named Giles Deacon to the wedding.
Yeah.
Spikes of him and his wedding dresses soared like 200% in that week as well.
Look how tiny her waist is.
She's got a small waist, girl. But Leanne, this leads me to, I'm feeling very wedding-y. I'm in the mood for love. Are you in the mood for love?
I'm always in the mood for love.
Something's just come over me and I just want to I just want to do something. I want to profess my
love. Are you guys going to do something? What are you guys going to do?
Oh, will you marry me, Leanne Williams? Yes, it's an earring, but I didn't have time, and I'm going to clip it on your ear, girl.
Thank you. I will. Thank you. Oh, you guys, never, ever, ever.
You're the groom.
Why am I the groom, though?
Because I'm elegant. And,
Take it back. God, I don't want your proposal anymore.
Fine, I'll give it to Kelly.
We actually do love each other. Well, you know what? It's been another Friday, another best in fashion news trending now. That is our fashion fix on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Head to our Expresso Show Facebook page and tell us all about your dream wedding dress. We would love to hear from you. Give me my ring back.
Fine.
Thank you.
Third wheel here.
I love it.
And Brittany gets married yet again. Can you believe it? Now, we are having so much fun. We are so proud to celebrate Africa Day today. Hopefully, you're taking on board how special today is, not just for South Africa, but for our continent. So we thought an opportunity to connect with probably one of the greatest exponents of South African music and culture, Sipho Mabuse. We wanted to talk to him about what it means to be an African and how he intends to celebrate his African and South African heritage with performances at the Baseline and Bushfire Festival.
Sipho, you've lived in Soweto your entire life, or most of your life. How has it contributed to who you are as a person?
Well, you know, we're always defined by where we come from and who we are and who are our influences. Musically, Soweto is given so much because I was able to create the music out of the experience of the people that I've lived with. I am who I am because of this township.
I hear Zimbabwe also holds a special place in your heart. Why is that so?
Well, Zimbabwe has played a very special role in our music as well, because when we visited Zimbabwe as a group called Harare, the Beaters then, you know, we were so inspired by what was going on in Zimbabwe that we actually found that there was music that we were not able to hear in South Africa. We were meant to stay 3 weeks in Zim, but we ended up staying 3 months because the people of Harare then, as a township, had embraced us, and in return we embraced them, and we were able to play that music that we were exposed to, you know, in a hotel called Mshandara Palmway. And it was fantastic. It was a great experience.
With the uplifting, joyful nature of marking Africa Day through music, of telling our stories and identifying with our sister nations, there comes a responsibility, which musicians feel acutely.
Sipho, with May being Africa Month, you're going to be performing in a number of festivals, both locally and internationally. But I want to know, what does being African mean to you?
I'm very proud to be an African. This continent has given so much to mankind, and it should be respected for such. Yes, we should celebrate, but at the same time, that celebration should be coupled with consideration for what is going on the continent. You know, at the moment, the continent is faced with a lot of poverty, wars, people are being displaced, and what for me matters is the fact that this should not be seen as a numbing process, you know, where someone who drinks so that they can forget about tomorrow. This is what our celebrations have always been about. We celebrate what we think and we believe that we have attained as a continent. However, it is a temporary respite from the ongoing life of our people. People are hardly educated, people are inflicted with different diseases, where we should be in a position to ensure that our people celebrate Africa with pride. I think the leadership on this continent needs to begin to say to itself, how do we bring our people, you know, into a normal life? And if you have the people, then we can happily say, well, we're celebrating something that is concrete. But at the moment, through music, yes, we need to use music to highlight the plight of our people.
And what can we expect from your performances? Are you going to be giving us a little bit of burnout?
You know, I'm quite privileged that I'll be performing among some of the great South African musicians in Mozambique, in Swaziland and in Durban and in Johannesburg, the baseline. And there's quite a number of the Soweto Theatre with the Liberation Project. So it's been gratifying because not many musicians of my generation are working as much as I am at the moment, and I feel blessed.
The wellspring of musical talent which every corner of the continent keeps producing means that with each new year comes a new artist who Sipho loves to both hear and collaborate with.
I listen to all kinds of music, and within all the different genres, there are musicians that I believe stand out. In the jazz idiom, there's a pianist called Nduduzo Makhathini, and there's a young saxophonist called Nhlanhla Mahlangu. And of course, you have the young R&B singers. Amanda Black, for me, does it. And there's Java, he does it for me. And then, of course, you have the eclectics. That is Thandiswa Mazwai and Simphiwe Dana. And of course, there are others. The list would be endless.
Are there some artists that you still want to work with?
Wow. You know, I've always been a great Stevie Wonder fan. And Sting is one of the people that I admire greatly, but there's also Peter Gabriel. Locally, unfortunately, one of my most favorite artists would have always been Ray Perry. You know, the creativity that man had was just, he was such a great talent.
And you've had a very successful, illustrious career. What advice do you have to young talent entering the music industry?
Well, what we need to appreciate is the fact that the music has evolved. They should work towards making music that will extend beyond immediate success. Also, one of the most important things is to avoid believing the hype. You know, they should remain focused. They should not believe if they have instant success, there's nothing ahead of them, because there are many, many challenges. I've always believed that music should be an experimental journey for anybody. It's an experimental journey that would never have an end in sight, you know, and there are pitfalls somewhere along the way. And if you've elected to make it, turn it into a career, then the concentration of energies and creativity should be focused.
And when you're not performing, what do you do to relax?
I love reading a lot. I read a lot and then I listen to music, but also interact with little kids. You know, I have a lifestyle that is very interactive.
Sipho, thank you so much for allowing us into your beautiful home, and we definitely can't wait to see what the future holds in store for you.
Thank you.
Well, it's time for us to head back to our fashion squad because it's time for Fab or Fail. Now, you know how this game works. We're going to put up a picture of somebody who's really relevant right now, and then our squad gets to pick whether it's Fab or Fail. We've got Nick Strelitz, our fashion editor-in-chief.
Oh, your fiancé.
And my fiancé, yes, yes, yes. I'm officially off the market, everybody, but not really. And then, of course, we've got editor-in-chief Kelly Fong from our magazine. Yay, 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 yay. All right, guys, so we have now chosen, because it's Africa Day, we need to celebrate our own stars.
Yes.
And we're going to take a look at their big days.
Cool.
Okay, wonderful. Shall we start off with actress, model, and television personality, Minnie Dlamini? It's Fab for me. It's a fail for you.
What are you doing?
I'm going.
Oh gosh,
Fab.
I'm on the left.
Why are you picking fail?
This sort of traditional ceremony, I wasn't crazy. The train was about 85 feet long. You can't see it from the front.
Okay.
Well, that's just a lot of fabric. There's a lot of trees cut down for that.
Yeah,
I'm an environmentalist at heart, so.
But you loved the royal wedding.
I did, so that's a contradiction.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, no worries. Next we have 5FM DJ and radio personality DJ Fix. Oh yes.
Oh, I love
It's a Fab.
Oh my God, me being such a
She's so modern. She's so modern.
But the sheer sleeve?
I don't mind it.
Really?
I really don't mind it. And look at that body.
No, body. She's got a hot body.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Sorry,
Nick, you're gonna have to fix yourself.
Sorry.
Doctor and former Miss World, Rolene Strauss.
Oh, I think that's classic.
Be yourself. Be confident. You know. You're lying.
She could be in a bridal magazine.
But that's what I don't love. That's why like I'm happy. I just like have some personality.
It's
it's very plain.
Everyone and their mom in this dress.
We've seen plain wedding dresses, we have to understand. Maybe it's just her personality.
But she won't regret this ever.
Hey?
She'll never regret this.
This is the beautiful thing.
Yes.
All right. How about this one? One of the most famous international DJs around. It's Black Coffee.
I'm gonna do this.
No.
No. We're not talking. Are we talking about Mbali or are we talking about him?
Probably the wife, but you could also do the couple.
Yeah. You see, this is the situation for me.
Yeah.
There's a problem here. Okay.
Watch that hand, girl.
No. Like either keep it closed.
Yeah.
But it's a bit messy.
Yes, I agree with the Black Coffee, absolutely. But I think she looks gorgeous.
Yes.
Mbali, we love you, girl.
Okay, wonderful. South African rugby union player Sia Kolisi. You can't really see the dress so well.
No, not his dress, her dress, which is here.
Yeah, Rachel. That's what
Rachel.
I'm going to say.
So I don't know Rachel
name.
like you know Rachel.
Oh my goodness.
I love the crutch. The crutch is the newest big fashion accessory.
It's a trend. Yeah. I confirm it.
Elle's confirming. So everyone get a crutch.
How about Rachel? Do we like Rachel's dress?
I don't know.
Okay, and then finally, the throwback to 1958, Madiba and Winnie Mandela.
How can you read on this?
Yes.
So beautiful.
Loving
She was
it.
a young blushing bride.
She was gorgeous.
Right?
Beautiful,
She looks
beautiful.
incredible.
Thank you so much, Style Squad.
Thank
you guys
you
are
for
amazing.
having us.
Kelly, we miss you. We really miss you. Please come back again next Friday, same time, same place. We'll do.
And I'll be here whether you like it or not.
Oh, it is fashion editor and, of course, Kelly Fong. And we'll do this again next week, same time, same place. It's a win, everybody. Yes. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous.
So now let's change lanes or flight plans, if you will. Mango Airlines had some of their favourite guests on board on Wednesday on the way to Knysna for the Pink Loeries. Betty Bangles and the Queens of Wigstock. Now, Mango is proud to be associated with the Pink Loerie Mardi Gras and Arts Festival for this year's Mr. Gay World competition happening this coming weekend. The airline is perfectly positioned to fly guests in and out of the neighbouring city airport, of course, in George, on the very picturesque coast of the Western Cape. For a second time, Knysna will host the 4-day-long celebration enjoyed by the LGBTQ community. This is also a third opportunity for the Rainbow Nation to be the host country, which is a great badge of honour. The festival, now in its 18th year, is taking place this coming weekend to Sunday, the 27th of May. And with the crowning moment of Mr. Gay World 2018 to be held at the luxurious Villa Castolini in Knysna, it's not too late for you to book a flight with flymango.com to George and join in the festivities, and it's going to be festive. Unbelievable music, dance, colour, and so much more.
So you need to stay there because I can tell you, if you want to win a year with the box and get paid for it, you should stay right there, okay? Also, talking about the box, a Thai-spiced Springbok burger just for you. That recipe is on the way right here on Expresso.
Join the party on Top Billing this Saturday evening as we're styling with Afro-punk designer Sipho Mabuse. Film and TV stars Stefan Ludwig and Anel Bester say I do. We discover ancient Khoisan fish traps and the Fynbos gin distillery in Stilbaai. And the best of the good life is a home designed around family. That's Saturday at 6 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on SABC3, and because it's Africa Day, it's so important to take a look at some of the symbolism behind these incredible flags on this continent. Because if you think about it, throughout the entire world, this is just, it's a colourful continent when it comes to flags, though.
Exactly.
But more importantly, the meanings behind them. We need to take a look at that.
We're going to kick it off with Cape Verde, or Cape Verde, however you say it. One of the oldest flags still in use. It was adopted in 1992. The blue symbolises the sky and sea surrounding the Cape Verde Islands. Now, the red and white stripes is for the country's development towards progress. And then the 10 stars in a circular formation represent the unity of the 10 islands of the archipelago, which is an extensive group of islands. And that's what the meaning of that flag is.
And then, let's go on to Ghana.
Ghana.
Ghana. So you led me into that.
It's just like
So the Ghanaian flag was designed and adopted in 1957 and flown until 1962, then reinstated in 1966. So it's had its ups and downs.
Exactly.
But Ghana was the first African country to use the Pan-African colours of red, yellow and green, which is very cool. The red stands for bloodshed, yellow for mineral wealth, and then you got green for the forests and freedom, which is always beautiful to see. The black star is widely referred or believed to refer to the shipping company Black Star Line, who made it its mission to return the black population to its home in Africa.
Powerful stuff. And then how about this one? The flag of South Sudan is one of the youngest flags in its nation, and it was only formed in 2011. Now, this flag used to be a symbol for the Sudanese People's Liberation Army. The black represents the Sudanese nation. The red stands for the lives lost during Sudan's civil wars. Green is for the fertile land. Blue is for the River Nile. And the yellow star stands for the unity of nations under South Sudan. Isn't it wonderful to kind of have a glimpse into what it's all about?
Except, but if then I look at South African flag, you know, and I'm thinking about all the symbolism behind all of those colours, and it makes you think that on Africa Day, maybe it's a good day to kind of get the knowledge that you require with regard to your own flag as well. If you find any flags, history, or symbolism fascinating, please let us know. Get onto the socials, #Expresso Show.
So much like our job here on Expresso, the job I'm talking about now is the kind of job that makes you want to leap out of bed at 4 a.m., do a little dance and throw your fist into the air in excitement. It is quite literally the best job in the world. MTN are looking for a Bok super fan that will stand the chance of winning an experience of a lifetime. You'll go on tour with the team for an entire year. And we have been loving the entries that are coming in. They have been brilliant. They have been created. Here is another, just a little taste.
In a land far, far away, there was a boy who had a dream of uniting a nation. A boy, how they is. Tell them, my boy, tell them why.
Also known as Bench, and these are my reasons why I should be the next Boza. Reason number one is because I'm a rugby fanatic. I love the sports, I play the sports, I love the box, my blood is green. Reason number two is because I myself have always been curious about what goes on in that Bok camp. So this will be the perfect opportunity for me to give the inside scoop, the behind the scenes, and be the eyes and ears of the nation. And thirdly, like I said, my nickname is Bench. How I got that nickname was because I sat on the bench for most of my rugby career. But sitting on the bench teaches you a lot of things about being a true fan, about being a true supporter, and rallying those boys to get over that try line. MTN, I know I have what it takes to be the next Boza, so please help me, help you, help the nation. Let's go!
Oh, loving the Bok love this morning. Guys, this really is your last chance to enter. Please record that audition clip, and you have to do it this weekend and upload it to mtncallup.mobi before this Sunday. That's the 27th of May. This incredible opportunity of a lifetime could be yours.
Welcome to the stadium. After greeting us in the morning, this is what your day will look like. Let's go!
You'll see us try how we do things on the field.
You'll see how to catch like me.
And how to pass like me.
How to lift like me.
You'll experience things like no one else.
You'll have locker room access and travel the world.
The team is ready to welcome you.
All you have to do is apply.
Hey, that's getting a bit close.
Everywhere you go,
MTN.
Well, I think now is the perfect time to make our next recipe, especially since the fact that we've been talking about the Springboks. Now, from rubbing shoulders with the Springboks to making Springbok burgers, with Hamburger Day being on Monday, Sasko wants to get you ready for a mouth-watering Springbok burger. For some inspiration, sandwiched between a bun. And who doesn't love a big, juicy burger, especially when it's made by the one and only Amy Hopkins. Amy Ames, how are you doing?
Very, very well,
you see, I
thank
just changed you to Amy Ames.
Perfect, I love it.
Amy Ames, I love it, I love it. Okay, so we're making a Thai-spiced Springbok hamburger today.
So we've got some lovely Springbok mince, which you can actually find at selected grocery stores, or you can ask your butcher to just mince your Springbok meat for you. And what we've got over here is some Thai pesto, so those are your lovely coriander, chili, kind of shallots, all of those flavors. And we're just going to put this in here with our lovely Springbok mince. And you're just going to give it a little mix together. As you can see, we're going to make a beautiful yogurt dressing with some sriracha, also very Thai, typical like fermented chili paste, delicious, spicy. And then we've got some roasted peppers and of course our lovely bun, which we've grilled to make nice and crunchy. Nice. So what we're going to do here is just mix all of this together. And ideally you'd like to set this aside for about half an hour just for those flavors to really marry.
Infuse.
Yes, but we're going to just put it together quite quickly. So make sure you've got your
of a Thai spice, because that's not really something that I would have thought would
but
be
those
a vibe.
flavors are so good. You can already smell that kind of that coriander, that garlic, that onion. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to use my hands. Obviously, just make sure whenever you're using your hands and meat that your hands are clean. So I'm going to just form a patty just by kind of pressing this together. You see, you don't even have to add egg or anything like that. It just kind of sticks very nicely together. But of course, if you are struggling with your mincemeat, you can add an egg into your mixture. So I'm just going to form a patty like that, so you can see it's nice and round. And the trick is to put it on a really hot pan. You want it to just... Can you hear that sizzle?
We love the sizzle. And of course, that griddle pan gives you those nice
beautiful
lines.
marks, exactly. As you can see, we've got over here on our ready-made patty. So I'm going to quickly just mix together our beautiful dressing. We're going to have a little bit of lime zest, which adds that kind of fresh Thai flavor.
Lovely.
And then we're going to squeeze some of that lime juice in as well. So I'm just going to cut this guy in half and just squeeze in that beautiful juice.
Oh, that's going to be
And this is just some beautiful full cream yogurt that we're mixing it together with. And then we're going to use our spring onions. You can also use chopped red onions, but spring onions are nicer because they're a little bit fresher. And obviously the color's great. So just going to put those guys in there. Mix in our lovely sriracha, which you can use fresh chilies or any other kind of chili sauce of your favorite if you can't find sriracha, although it is very widely available right now. So look at that beautiful kind of orange, gorgeous, yogurty fresh mixture we've got. And then we're going to add some black sesame seeds. You can use onion seeds, but I think the color just looks so cool.
Very nice.
So just, there we go. How gorgeous is that?
Very nice.
And we're going to use this as our base to kind of, building a burger, it's a really healthy, well-balanced meal, especially if you're using good low GI buns like we've got over here. The great thing is that it's supposed to be balanced. You've got your good carbs, you've got your protein, we've got some nice veggies, and we're going to use this as our creamy base to hold everything together.
Wonderful. Well, while we're busy plating our delicious Thai spiced Springbok burger, why don't you take one more look at how we made this gorgeous, gorgeous meal.
Whether it's beef, chicken or Springbok, Sasko's got the buns for the job. So why not give this spicy Springbok burger a try? Combine the mince and Thai pesto before setting aside to let the flavors of the pesto marinate into the mince. Prepare the sriracha yogurt sauce by combining sriracha with the yogurt along with the spring onions, onion seeds and zest and juice of a lime. Mix well and set aside. Heat the pan over a high heat and add the patty to begin searing. Turn over and cook the other side in the same manner. Because Springbok is lean, you don't want to overcook it as this will result in a dry burger. Add your sriracha yogurt sauce to the bottom half of the bun before topping with the patty. Add some of the roasted red pepper before topping with a handful of tricolor sprouts and finally the top half of the bun before serving. That's a burger.
Oh, Wow, that's a burger indeed. That keyword once again is Sasco. SMS it to 33728. We'll gladly send you the ingredients list and the link to the recipe, and you could be making this ahead of Burger Day on Monday. It's nice to get creative and add your own personal twist to things that we all love. What are you doing now? Is that the final
This is our final
layer?
touch. I love using sprouts as a lovely garnish. They're just so fresh and crispy and look gorgeous. And then we've got some lovely roasted peppers here, which is obviously our nice veggie component.
Delicious.
So it's a little bit of a unique burger, but it all works so well together with those Thai and that Springbok mince. It's delicious. So there you go. There's our lovely, compact, beautiful, well-balanced meal all in one.
Amy making us a delicious Thai spice Springbok burger ahead of Burger Day. So let us know what your favorite burger is, and who knows, we could be making it on Monday.
Sasco, baking together since 1930.
So we have been loving having Bongani Zama in studio this morning. You are just so ridiculously talented and such a lovely guy. So thank you so much, man. Good luck at the Summers, both performing and for the nomination. Right now, he's going to close us out with something really cool. It's a little something from Outcast. Let's see if you can figure out which cover this is. Dude, the stage is yours.
So, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out that door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for Mom and Dad for sticking two together, 'cause we know we can. Just don't get it till there's nothing at all. We stay together, we stay together. But separate's always better when there's feelings involved. If what they say that nothing is forever, then what makes love their exception? So why are we in denial when we know we're not happy here? Let me hear you. Tell me what's cooler than being cool. Fellows, tell me what's cooler than being cool. All right. Hey, lady, we're about to break it down seconds, and I wanna see you in your best behavior. Come on, I am your neighbor, show me some sugar. Shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. I said, shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Hey, hey. Thank you.
Only you can make my day.
You know you rich when everybody say you cousins. And all your bitches wanna hold your hand in public. But that shit never fly like a DJ Khaled, I'm a problem. No, I'm a big one. Plus the munches got a nigga dancing with the red stuff. I went deep beyond, they love the boy like he my bitch. Started at the bottom, now we fit stand on some damn stuff. I'ma get it any type of way. If it's real, then you say it to my face. I'm trying to say my niggas are the same, they relate. We do this for the cake. That's that. You don't go back. 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 You don't go back.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful peeps. As we sign off for one last time, Mr. Wasty, you're a champion, dude. It's been so nice having you here.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely love this, man. Love you. Why? Because you are you're like a triple threat. What is going down tonight?
Well, tonight I make my soapy debut on 7 de Laan, 6 p.m. Everybody, you got to catch it out. I'm hanging out with the people of Hillside, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. There's an Africa Day fashion show, and I was fortunate enough to be invited to come and check that out. Look at me and Vince just living our best lives.
Was it nerve-wracking when you did it?
It was very nerve-wracking, but it's going to be wonderful. I can't wait for you guys
I'm sure you're going to be amazing, man. But it really has been an amazing week. So thank you both so much. Love you too much for words.
Well, the thing is, let's wrap things up because we need to wrap on an energetic note. So here's something like a Tito Boweni vibe from Matthew Carter Pool and the Carters, the Friday dance, right here in Expresso. Check it out.
Take it away.
I'm trying to change this dancing to a beat. Pop a bottle on the Hollywood beat. She said she wants some more on her feet. I'ma get it any type of way. If it's real, then you say it to my face. I'm trying to say my niggas are the same, they relate. We do this for the cake. That's that. You don't go back. 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 Jumping. You know you rich when everybody say you cousins.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
But that shit never fly.
Another feel-good production.
I'm a big one. Plus the munches got a nigga dancing with the red stuff. I went deep beyond, they love the boy like he my bitch. Started at the bottom, now we fit stand on some damn stuff. I'ma get it any type of way. If it's real, then you say it to my face. I'm trying to say my niggas are the same, they relate. We do this for the cake. wet,